I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, I'll live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
Oh, damn. So I leave for 4 days, and we done captured the president of Venezuela. You know, I said it. I said, you know, if the president of the United States, not necessarily Donald Trump, wants your ass dead, you're fucking dead. They rolled up in that bitch's house, took him and his wife, and got the entire operation done in 3 hours. Man, it feels good being right. He's just lucky they brought his ass back to America to face the consequences that he did to his country. Venezuela is celebrating because that tyrant is now locked in chains in an American jail. You're welcome, Venezuela. And man, it feels good being right. Didn't even kill the son of a bitch. Took his ass in the dead of night and bombed installations on the way out. We don't have very many game reviews today, or gaming anything for that matter, because IGN hasn't posted anything, which is not IGN's fault. I'm sure they're just on vacation. Dude, I was there the day after. It was a beautiful day. And you know what's crazy to me is these lobotomites are still trying to apologize for America stepping in and taking this dumbass. Americans are fucking, oh, we're so sorry for we're so sorry for getting involved with your politics and taking your, dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, retard. Shut up. You're a fucking idiot. Shut up. These are the same people that are trying to say that there's no scam going on with the Somalians in Minnesota. Shut the fuck up. You're a retard. Shut up. You should be able to vote. You're a fucking dumbass. You got Venezuelans celebrating all over the world. They're throwing parties in the street in Venezuela. And dude, shut the fuck up. Shut up. You're a goddamn idiot. Shut the fuck up. Man, these people make me upset. Make me upset. Let's get this game and stuff out of the way. We got a lot to talk about. You see, this is what I'm talking about. You see how fast he's going, but everything's not blurred. You can still see clearly. You see what I'm saying? Like, this probably is a good game. It's not blurring to the point where you can't see anything. It's still clear, you know? You see what I'm saying? Oh, this is that, like, Minecraft-looking game. I'd imagine, Nigel, your son's probably going to be wanting to play this here soon. Oh, this is 6 minutes long. That's cool. Oh, he got wrecked. Damn!
Jesus. Ow.
Yeah, I know our gear is broken, but before it was broken, the TTK is actually pretty decent right now.
The PvP looks kind of good, I'm not gonna lie. It actually looks kind of good.
Oh. Oh.
Damn! This looks a lot like Minecraft. Enough of that. Damn.
いつは何者だ。
アルバート・ハートリーって言います。ここは地球じゃないんですか？
地球？ここはボルティシアだ。
私たちの目的はミュータントの打倒と物資の調達よ。しばらくここで私たちを手伝ってくれないかしら。アルのいたところへ帰る方法も見つかるかもしれないわ。
僕なんかの力でみんなを助けられるならやらせてもらいます。
Bro standing up there like Superman. What is this? This actually looks kind of good. Damn.
俺と戦え。言っただろ。俺の仕事は拠点の危険を排除することだ。お前はまだ危険な存在なんだよ。
そんなことはない。僕はこの力を使ってこの星の人々を救いたいんだ。
奴らは500年前の爆発が起きてからポツポツと発生し始めたと聞いていたわ。それからずっと爆心地に興味を持っていたの。
いいか、お前は絶対に奴らをシェルターに近づかせるなよ。
That actually looks really good. Guess we'll have to see more of it, huh? Is this a game? I don't care. It was called... Wait, what? Hightail. It's called Hightail. Hytale. Yeah, you got it right. Hightail. Sorry about that. That's it? That's all we got? Let's watch this Ranger Path one and then we'll get into the drama. Uh-oh, I fucked up. I didn't see where that opened. Uh-oh. I fucked up, boys. Oh, there it goes.
All right, Ranger. There's an old information panel out past the Ritz that needs repair. It's pretty far, so take the car part way. Got a few reports of overnight damage near the visitor center. Nothing huge, but the pattern's strange enough to make me curious. Could be weather, could be mischief.
The raccoon? Yep. You know, they're saying that raccoons are becoming domesticated now. They're actually, like, evolving to be cuter so that way humans take them in like dogs.
Ranger, I just heard some hikers spotted a suspicious camp out in the meadow. We've dealt with poachers in this area before. So, we need eyes on this ASAP. I'll handle reporting once you got what we need. Hey, looks like we're under siege. Got some reports of yellow jackets mobbing one of the campsites. Head over and see ourselves if we got a real infestation.
Bro, you ain't never gonna do that. You are never in your life gonna walk up to a bee's nest like that and take the top off of it without having any form of, like, without smoking it out or wearing a bee suit.
Okay, we've got a situation. One of the biggest actors, Rowan Back, went hiking out here and hasn't checked in for hours. I've marked the area for you.
National Park Simulator. But you gotta love it, right? All right, Bigfoot has become a taxi driver, boys. I like these new ones that he's been doing. These are good. Are they? I don't know what the fuck they are, but these have been getting good.
And dangerous. I will be a New York yellow cab driver. Look at these cabs. This city moves fast.
Oh, by the way, W Bigfoot vlog time. Hell yeah, Bigfoot vlog time.
This rhythm. Uniform gives authority. Humans trust uniforms. I feel almost professional.
This vehicle was not designed for forest-based creatures. Okay, steering wheel and I are in a very close relationship. Rule number 1, no aggressive mammal behavior. Why is money counting already? I haven't kidnapped anyone yet.
The hell was that?
Why did that vehicle scream at me? I can transport humans safely. I carried trees once.
Want a custom shout-out, birthday wish, or roast from me? Head to Cameo, link in the description, Jay. I'll make it legendary. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the bell for more.
This is happening sooner than expected.
She just tapped on the window and uh-oh. What kind of car is this? I'm so confused about this scene. There's so very much going on, yet nothing at all. Like, wow. So he's driving in the back seat. The light that's supposed to be on top of the taxi is in the back. The rear view mirror is looking forward, and then there's another. So we're a Bigfoot? I feel like we're getting some heavy lore drop right now. We're Bigfoot. We're also a Bigfoot. So we're like the Bigfoot cameraman. See, he's got a GoPro too. So like, in this universe, we're technically Bigfoot. Holy crap, the lore drop.
Discuss this, right?
I believe time is expensive here.
Midtown, yes.
Midtown. I know that town. This road feels suspiciously incorrect. Your robot voice friend hates me. They have families.
What the fuck?
Voice friend hates me. They have families. We have returned spiritually.
Your face says lawsuit.
I don't think you could sue a taxi driver for that. I don't think that's possible. Maybe I'm wrong.
Everyone seems emotionally invested in my failure.
She will write paragraphs.
Bro, let me tell you something. That's like that with everyone in life. Anyone that can watch somebody else fail, they are so invested in that. It sucks so bad. But that's what happens when you got all this social media cultivating negativity.
They seem happy about danger. This building invented freedom. That is Statue of Liberty office.
Bro, this is gonna be the new generation coming up. Instead of having one phone, they're gonna have two. And they're gonna have like 3 separate accounts through both phones, trying to like become famous. Watch.
This was optimistic. Are you blind? Get this heap out of the road! I ought to report you to the commission!
I think I gave free ride. It's a free ride.
I do not understand success.
Nobody does. Even people that have become successful really don't understand it. Typically, if you become successful in something, it's because you didn't care. You did what you wanted to, like Elon, for example. He didn't care about success. He wanted to create a car company, and he didn't care about it being successful. We did, but like, to an extent.
Car is making forest noises.
What the hell is that? Bro, look like you gonna... What is that? Yo, that thingamabob that's coming through the who's-a-macallit, that thing's broken. Whatever that is, that's not normal. That's broken. Yep. Can confirm, as a non-repairman, that's broken. Bro, you ever, like, be in a vehicle? Like, on one of those older, like... For example, like, Chevy? And, like, it has, like... It's the single cab, and... You'll be digging around under the seat, and you'll find... wires being attached to the seat. And you're just like, what the hell is that, you know? Like, what the hell is that? I remember as a kid growing up, my mom always had a Chevy, and it was always a single cab, right? And the seats would always be so weird. Cause like, and you know what I'm talking about? It's the truck that has like one long seat. It's not 2 different independent seats with a thing in the middle. No, it's like one long seat. It's that thing that new generations are never going to have to deal with. You know, whenever you sit down and you have shorts on and like it sears the like flesh to the seat. So you get kind of stuck there whenever you first sit on it. That kind of like old school.
That felt important. No more humans. I am resting briefly. That was not aggressive pressure.
Damn. You know what he should do? He should try to be the strong man. I bet if he tried to be a strong man, he'd probably kill it, bro. Probably murderate it. Get Brian Shaw up in there? Dude, that would be a... Oh, dude. Poor Bigfoot.
They're loud again!
He could be a superhero, too. With how strong he is.
I think I broke capitalism.
Uh-oh.
This is bad timing.
I choose forest.
Sorry, car. We're running back to the forest again. Dang it.
Noise decreasing.
Poor Bigfoot, man.
Home accepts me.
That job was stressful. I tried.
Or a football player. I'd bet he'd be one heck of a football player.
They saw everything.
Oh, how's it going, Cross Current?
Not all jobs are for all creatures.
Silence is luxury.
Bro, ain't that the truth?
Driving requires restraint.
W Bigfoot vlog time. W Bigfoot vlog time. Okay, let's get into it. So, here we go. Let's move all the stuff for... Move that up. What the hell?
Late last night and early.
Yeah, I'll move this up. Move this up. Gotta get caught up, man. Been gone for 4 days. That's crazy to me, by the way. Wait, what the fuck? What is this? Oh, okay. So, the president of Venezuela has been captured in an operation that took a total of 3 hours. The operation was called Midnight Hammer, if you must know what it was called. They shut the power off. They quickly and successfully captured the Venezuelan president and his wife in a total of 3 hours and bombed locations in Venezuela in 3 hours successfully. No equipment was lost, no lives were lost, and no civilian casualties. Without a doubt, the most successful military attack in recorded history.
Early today,
Yep.
at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela.
I heard about this.
Hold on, this piece of shit.
No, it's Monroe Doctrine. We sort of forgot about it. It was very important, but we forgot about it.
Oh my god, the Don Road Doctrine. I saw a quote about this, and I was
Yeah,
thinking to
a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get caught up now.
myself,
We may not be able to get to the video that you had sent, but we will either tomorrow or the day after, or if we have enough time today. There's just so much.
no way. There's no way he did this.
Now face American justice. Late last night and early today,
Yep.
at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela.
I heard about this.
You know, it's like I said whenever I started the stream this morning. If the United States president wants you dead, well, guess what? You're dead. Little did I know how wrong a human being could be. If the president wants you captured, well, damn.
Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea,
Yes.
was used to launch a spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II.
But now they did see it. Wow.
It was a force against a heavily
That's a lot.
fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictators.
So, from what I understand, he was literally about to go into his bunker and they caught him. The timing was so perfect, they caught his ass exactly how they planned it.
Nicolas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history. And if you think about it, we've done some other good ones like the
Iraq
attack
or
on
Iran.
Soleimani.
That was the one, by the way, when Trump killed him, he went out at like 2 a.m. and he just started talking shit about him, saying that like he died like a dog, and like why didn't they come in through the front door to arrest the guy, and then he's gonna write a book and nobody gives him any credit. That was that guy.
The attack on al-Baghdadi and the
oh no, that was him. No, that was
obliteration and decimation of the Iran nuclear sites just recently. In an operation known as Midnight Hammer.
Oh, that was Midnight Hammer. I thought Midnight Hammer was the attack they did yesterday, or 2-3 days ago.
Midnight Hammer. How about
All
that?
Perfectly executed and done. No nation in the world could achieve what America.
I love how Putin can't even take over smaller Russia, the Ukraine, and we're out here capturing the president of Venezuela. By the way, from what I understand, he was not only did he not get the popular vote and still take the command of Venezuela, other countries did not honor his command of Venezuela. And the Venezuelans who did not vote for him obviously had a problem with it. So they're happy he's gone, obviously.
Achieved yesterday, or frankly, in just a short period of time. All Venezuelan military capacities were rendered powerless as the men and women of our military working with U.S.
I love how people actually thought
Did
this
a movie
was
or a game, The Tomb Raider?
It was so obvious this was going to happen.
Enforcement successfully captured Maduro in the dead of night.
Got his ass.
It was dark.
It was. I saw the video.
The lights of Caracas were largely turned off due to a certain expertise that we have. It was dark.
A certain expertise that we
found space and maritime operations. As they approached, after securing the indicted persons, the force began to prep for departure.
Really heard of an operation like this?
Oh, here we go. So this is them explaining what happened, right?
All on full display in the middle of the night. Nicolas Maduro had his chance.
He did.
Just like Iran had their chance.
So there's a video that's circulating now that Maduro was dancing. The former president of Venezuela was dancing after he had, I guess, antagonized Donald Trump. And, well, let's just say that it will probably be the last happy dance that he has, because...
Yep.
Until they didn't and until he didn't. He effed around, and he found out.
That's right. He said that. He said that. Let's play that again. He said that.
Had his chance.
He did.
Just like Iran had their chance.
Yep.
Until they didn't and until he didn't. He effed around, and he found out.
Boys, this is our year. This is our year, boys. This is our year.
Oh my God. Wow.
And until he didn't. He effed around, and he found out.
That's right.
President Trump is deadly serious about stopping the flow of gangs and violence to our country. Deadly serious about stopping the flow.
But he did it for the oil. But they were still transporting drugs here. Guess what's no longer being transported here? Drugs. So hold on, wait a minute. And this brings up another thing. So the United States government was able to catch this little rat fuck in his home under the dead of night and catch him before he goes into a bunker. And you want to sit, and they did all of this without losing a single innocent person. No one got hurt. No American lives were lost. And they were able to bomb facilities that were military based. In one night, in 3 hours. 3 hours they were able to do this. Capture the president and his wife in 3 fucking hours. 3 of them. But you want to tell me that they don't know what's in those boats that are being shipped across the ocean from Venezuela? You really want to sit here and act like I'm that fucking stupid? Oh, it's a fishing boat. Come on, man.
Drugs and poison to our people, deadly serious about getting back the oil that was stolen from us.
That's right.
And deadly serious
Yeah,
about
it was promised to us 3,000 years ago. That's right.
establishing American deterrence and dominance in the Western Hemisphere. This is about the safety.
Also, another reason why making sure that Venezuela is not corrupt is because the longest nuclear range puts Venezuela in a prime spot. So if China and Russia want to make sure that Venezuela is a dictatorship and then put ICBMs in Venezuela, they would be within range of us. So it's, in a sense, there's a lot of reasons why this had to happen. So it's not just about oil. If they were occupied by communist China or Vladimir, they would be within range for ICBMs to hit the heart of America. They had oil, they have drugs being sent over. Like, you can definitely say there were a bunch of reasons for this happening. The guy was a piece of shit. Let's be honest here. He kept his country so fucked that people are now cheering that he's gone. Okay? Like,
security, freedom, and prosperity of the American people. This is America first. This is peace through strength. And the United States War Department is proud to help deliver it. Welcome to 2020.
I should clip this, but what if, hear me out, what if Trump doing this is the first chess piece in an attack on Russia? Hear me out. Think about it. If you remove Venezuela as a communist chess piece, there's no way they could put ICBMs in Venezuela right now, especially not with it being in turmoil from the president just being literally snatched in one night. So if Trump had to retaliate against Russia for Ukraine, we wouldn't have to be scared of them using nukes against us because they're on the other side of the world. They can't reach us. There's no point in trying, right? So what if this is the first chess piece that has been moved into place to start our advancement on Russia?
26.
You should clip this, because if anything happens this year, baby, I'm back.
This speech is crazy. Like, fuck around and find out. Welcome to 2026.
Yo, yeah, what a great way to start the year, by the way. W decision.
That was gonna happen. Did it happen?
No boots on the ground. Well, I mean, other than like for 3 hours, not even. But like, holy crap, man. Holy crap. What a great year.
Welcome to 2026. Yeah, wow.
Proud to help deliver it. Welcome to 2026. And under President Trump, America is back. I'd like to welcome now our Chairman Raisin Kane, to give a few more details about
Bro,
that.
you got to give this dude another name, dude. I'm sorry. I can't with that name. General Raisin Kane, dude.
Mr. Chairman.
Man.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning. Last night.
Here we go. He's going to talk about it right here.
Heard of an operation like this that even happened like this ever? Yeah.
The amount of logistical, like, just straight up everything, the logistics of this to make this is probably the most successful, like this is the kind of shit that you see in video games, bro. Like, how tactical this was.
Work began months ago and built on decades of experience of integrating complex air, ground, space, and maritime operations. While the past 2 decades have honed the skills of our special operations forces, this particular mission required every component of our joint force, with soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Guardians working in unison with our intelligence agency partners and law enforcement teammates in an unprecedented operation.
Holy shit.
We leveraged our unmatched intelligence capabilities and our years of experience in hunting terrorists. And we could not have done this mission without the incredible work by various intelligence agencies, including the CIA, NSA, and NGA. We watched, we waited, we prepared.
So allegedly, they were going to do this on Christmas? And I guess the weather just wasn't right for it.
We remained patient and professional. This mission was meticulously planned, drawing lessons from decades of missions over the last many years. Many missions over these last many years.
Yeah.
This was an audacious operation that...
Think about this. Think about how under wraps they kept this whole thing. How they were able to get in and steal a president literally in 3 hours. And you can't tell me these guys haven't been on some badass missions before. I bet these guys have done some shit that we'll never hear about.
Only the United States could do. It required the utmost of precision and integration within our joint force.
Yeah, it's actually
apparently the people that, because people were shot, obviously, they went in and used full non-lethal. Well, I mean, they did use lethal force, but they did it. They aimed for legs and limbs to, like, disarm. No one was, I don't believe anyone was actually killed whenever they were trying to get the president. Now, the bombing, on the other hand, obviously that's different. But
ridiculous. Like, I haven't even really heard of an operation like this that even happened like this ever, that was this efficient and this clean. Like, I think about it, right? Like, when the fuck would this ever happen?
And the word integration does not explain the sheer complexity of such
Space
a mission.
Marines, yeah.
An extraction
I guess
so
the last
precise,
one, the Iran one.
it
Yeah, that was
involved more than
really big
150 aircraft
The Iran one was
launching
huge.
across the Western Hemisphere in close coordination, all coming together in time and place to layer effects for a single purpose, to get an interdiction force into downtown Caracas while maintaining the element of tactical surprise. Failure of one component of this well-oiled machine would have endangered the entire mission, and failure is never an option for America's joint force. Those in the air over Caracas last night were willing to give their lives for those on the ground and in the helicopters.
Yeah, they gotta go.
Let me talk a little
they
bit.
gotta go and take that reward bounty that they were gonna give out to Maduro and then just divide it.
Surprise.
Jesus.
As the helicopter force ingressed towards the objective at low level, we arrived at Maduro's compound at 1:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I was laying on
or
the sofa.
Bro was sitting there in his slippers, probably just got through banging a hooker, and was like, man, life is good.
1 a.m. Caracas
Yeah, I was
local
laying on
time.
the sofa over
Damn, bro.
Force descended into
Bro did
Maduro's
not stand a fat chance in hell.
compound and moved with speed, precision, and discipline towards their objective, and isolated the area to ensure the safety and security of the ground force while apprehending the indicted persons. On arrival into the target area, the helicopters came under fire, and they replied with that
This would
fire
make a
with
great battlefield
overwhelming
mission.
force and
True.
self-defense. One of our aircraft was hit, but remained flyable, and as the president said earlier today, all of our aircraft came home.
Damn.
And that aircraft remained flyable during the rest of the mission.
So it's not really.
As the
Okay, there it
operation
is.
unfolded at the compound, our air and ground intelligence teams provided real-time updates to the ground force, ensuring those forces could safely navigate the complex environment without unnecessary risk. The force remained protected by overhead tactical aviation. Maduro and his wife, both indicted, gave up and were taken into custody by the Department of Justice.
Well, like they did pull it off, but now there are people crying, "Oh, this is illegal! This bitch, shut the fuck up!" Like, and the reason why they didn't try to talk to the because you're supposed to do like something with the Senate or whatever, like as an act of war, but this wasn't even a war. We didn't want to fight the Venezuelan people. We just wanted him. And guess what? We got him. Like, to think that they're really going to sit here and be like, well, you're supposed to talk to the Congress to declare war or whatever. And it's like, but if you do that, then people are going to leak the information and then he would have gotten away. They had to do this covertly. They had to. They had no choice. That's why there's media everywhere.
Assisted by our incredible U.S. military with professionalism.
Now, what they got to do is they got to sit this man down and they got to interrogate him and ask him who the leakers are in our government, so that way we can go ahead and crucify these people. You know what I'm saying?
Decision,
yeah,
with no loss of U.S. life.
Jesus.
After
but the rules of sovereignty. Oof. You know why rules are made up? They're made up for people that are lower on the food chain to follow. Like, who do you think enforces those rules? America does. We've been the bitch of every country for so long now. When does it end? We've fed these people, like, people all over the countries all over the world. We fed them billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. Hell, fuck billions, trillions of dollars. When does America say, we're done with this? We're done being the world police and still being called the bully. We've done so much for all these countries. We fed all these countries so much money. So much money. And they still can't get their shit together. Like, it's been, as long as I could remember, these countries have been in disarray. The guy was a fucking tyrant. He got what was coming to him. Like, that's all there is to it. He should just be thankful they didn't kill his ass. It's shocking to me that they brought this man back to America and they didn't just kill him. Seriously.
During the indicted persons, the force began to prep for departure. Helicopters were called in to exfiltrate the extraction force.
I guarantee you they did it because they're going to try to get information out of him on who in our government's a little rat piece of shit. I guarantee you that's why they did it. They want to sit down and they want to interrogate this man and ask him who the leaks are in our government.
And remotely piloted aircraft provided overhead coverage.
So that way, maybe at some point, we can actually go to Congress if something like this needs to happen and not have to worry about it being leaked.
And suppressive fire. There were multiple self-defense engagements as the force began to withdraw out of Venezuela. The force successfully exfiltrated.
It's like I was saying earlier last year. We have the most elite, the biggest, and the most the most technologically advanced military in the world. If the president of the United States, I don't care if it's Trump, Biden, Obama, wants your ass dead, you're dead. You are fucking dead. And he one-ups me by going in and capturing this prick with his wife. You understand, the only person that enforces these laws is America. This sovereignty BS, all this fuck all that shit. That's for people with the small stick. We got the big stick. We like the big stick. We like the big weapon, okay?
Returned to their afloat launch bases.
The only reason why we spent 20 years in Afghanistan and in Iraq was because it was for the military industrial complex. It was just because they wanted money. We got Osama so quickly. Why did we stay there? It's because they were making a shitload of money. That's why.
and the force was over the water at 3:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Wow.
With indicted persons on board. And both Maduro...
So that was an hour?
And look at it this way. This man illegally held his power, chose to ignore the fact that he was voted out, and maintained his power and terrorized his citizens. Countries of the world did not accept him as the president of Venezuela because he wasn't. He technically was just somebody that occupied it. People are now cheering in Venezuela. They're so happy that there are people from Venezuela all over the world that have had to flee because of this scumbag. And we just fucking went in there and popped him like a fucking pimple. We removed his ass. We did. We took him right up out of his bed. And you know what? Someone had to do it. Shit.
Is it an hour? Or is it 2 hours?
3. It took 3 hours from start to finish.
Yeah, basically like 2 hours. Oh my God. I didn't know because the time zones.
And his wife were embarked aboard the USS Iwo Jima. In closing, what we've witnessed today is a powerful demonstration of America's joint force. We think, we develop, we train, we rehearse, we debrief, we rehearse again and again. Now I express my heartfelt gratitude.
50 grand, like maybe like $1 million. I don't know how many it was. Yeah, just divide that up, give it out to them. Be like a bonus, like, good job, boys. There you go. I feel like that's fair.
Like, the dude had a fucking bounty on his head. You understand? He had a bounty on... Maduro had a bounty on his head. He was a wanted criminal.
Yeah, like a New Year's bonus. Fuck.
He was provided multiple
symbolic.
very generous offers and chose instead to act like a wild man, chose instead to play around.
So he wanted to fuck around.
And the result is what we saw tonight. The other message here is the following. You have a guy, like many people around the world, they like to play games. You have a guy who decides he's going to invite Iran into his country.
They want to play games.
Going to, do the confiscation of American oil companies, is going to flood our country with gang members, is going to take Americans prisoner and try to hold them for hostage and trade them like he was able to do with the Biden administration. Basically likes to play games all this time and thinks nothing's going to happen. And I hope what people now understand is that we have a president. The 47th president of the United States is not a game player. When he tells you that he's going to do something, when tells you he's going to address a problem, he means it.
Well, I actually didn't believe it. I didn't. I'm not gonna lie, Trump actually surprised me with this one. I hope, this gives me hope. My percentage of Tim Walz being locked up went from 15% to 25%. Whenever I heard that he actually pulled this off, and I was like, oh my God, bro, I bet Tim Walz is over there pissing himself right now. I hope this doesn't, this is only his first year. You realize that Trump didn't even take office until late January? He did all of this in his first year of president.
I can tell you, I've watched this process now for 14, 15 years.
Look here. I'm not a big fan of Trump either. I wouldn't vote for the guy. Still wouldn't. But the fact that he's done so much in a year as opposed to the prior administration, my hat's off to him. Honestly, I got respect for him. I don't like him, but I respect him. He's done a lot. In a year, he's done a shitload.
Around it, everybody talks. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When I get there, we're going to do this. We're going to take... This is a president of action. I don't understand yet how they haven't figured this out. And now, if you don't know, now you know. Because...
You don't know, now you know, boys.
Understand yet how they haven't figured this out. And now, if you don't know, now you know.
I bet he watches streams a lot. I bet he does. There's no way he doesn't watch political streamers.
Oh my God. Wow.
Man.
Play the Biggie song? Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, let's move on from this video. We've been watching this for a minute. I might watch that in a little bit. Oh man, I don't understand how people could still be like, oh, but the laws.
Video obtained by Fox News of former Venezuelan dictator.
There he is. There he is, boys. There he is. Welcome to America.
In DEA custody there on your screen as he arrived in New York City yesterday evening. Time now to bring in our Sunday panel. USA Today White House correspondent Francesca Chambers, host of The Guy Benson Show on Fox News Radio, Guy Benson. Fox News contributor. The president yesterday, Secretary Rubio yesterday, General Keane laid out now a path looking forward for Venezuela, where if the United States...
You realize that they are actually... So they moved him to New York. They fingerprinted him. They are doing everything that they would do to a normal drug trafficker. They are treating this man like a normal drug trafficker.
Is not in agreement with the interim president. The administration may very well look to remove her from power, as well as a host of other cabinet officials in that country. Can the U.S. really do that?
Yes, both practically and legally. You know, when the president says we're going to hand this over, sort of the new Gitmo policy, you know, give it to Marco, because there's a rumor that he's sleeping 3 hours a night, so he has a little bit of.
He needed another job.
Another job, right? But the fact is that this is squarely within the previous case of Noriega in terms of the law enforcement aspects, and they really ramped that up by having law enforcement personnel in the extraction team to put him under custody, take him to New York. That seems to be iron-plated, and I don't think...
Do you think they'll do the same thing to Tim Walz? I'm so curious. Are they going to, like, try to do it under the cover of night, or do you think they're just going to walk his ass out of his house in handcuffs? What do you think?
Any more successful than Noriega was. Now, in terms of the aftermath...
From what I understand, they're also trying to deport Ilhan Omar now. They're trying to get... Trump is going as far as relooking at sovereign citizenship just to get rid of Ilhan Omar.
Yeah, presidents are allowed to regime change, to engage in nation building. You can't have a judge that says, I'm not going to allow that. That's within the Article 2 powers of the president. You can object to it. You can say that that's not a policy we should pursue. But absent some countervailing act by Congress, and I'm not even sure they could go very far on that, I think that he's in a good position. It's been done before.
Guy?
Bro, he looks like Dr. Disrespect here.
Good position. It's been done before.
Guy, here's Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on X yesterday. She writes, this is not about the drugs. If it was, Trump wouldn't have pardoned one of the largest narco traffickers in the world last month. It's about oil and regime change. And they need a trial now to pretend that it isn't, especially to...
You know what's crazy? That he talked about this. Apparently, the narco trafficker was treated very poorly while he was in our custody. That's why he did it. And to be quite frank, if they decided to take, I can never think of this dude's name. What the hell is this guy's name? What is the name of the former Venezuelan president? Maduro. It's funny because it pops up now as him being the former. If they were able to extract out of him from Maduro who the rats are in our a government that is relaying information to these communist parties, we should lock those people up forever. And if Maduro decides, if Trump decides to give Maduro a pardon and be like, stay out of presidency, here's an island, go fuck off over there or something, I think I'd be okay with that, honestly. He's not in power anymore, it's over. Like, it's donezo.
From Epstein and skyrocketing healthcare costs. That is a zinger. What do you say?
That's a pitiful response. You should talk to the people of Venezuela or the Venezuelans in New York, with the diaspora of Venezuelans celebrating all across the world. With the fall of this regime, Maduro was never the president of that country. He's an illegitimate, or was an illegitimate dictator.
Because he didn't win. The last time they did elections, he didn't win. That's the reason why.
Look forward to the
they
day
didn't like him.
Soon that the Venezuelans will have self-determination. What an achievement by our military, another flawless operation. I think politically, Jillian, the American people are willing to see the military leverage.
Greet us as liberators, and another Justice Department, I would say this is a slam dunk, and I would agree with Jonathan Turley. This
site, in this case, maybe not a war, but went into and the
Yeah, apparently, allegedly, China is like, oh, we don't agree with this, and it's like, well, what you gonna do about it? Hello? Like, what are you gonna do something about it?
Venezuelan soil.
Here we go.
And abducted their dripped out dictator.
Check out Decoy on YouTube. WDecoy.
Dictator with surgical precision. And as actual Venezuelans are celebrating, for some reason, American liberals are...
Here we go, boys. You know we got to talk about the retard flip side of this. We got them lobotomites. We got to address the lobotomites. We got to give them their 5 seconds of shame, right?
Outraged, immediately protesting in New York City. As Trump derangement syndrome runs so deep, leftists, yet again, are forced to cheer for everything they're allegedly against. As last night, Trump deployed Operation Absolute Resolve, with attack helicopters...
Absolute Resolve, that's what it was called. Yo, some of the footage that they got from the helicopters blowing up the facilities were badass.
Venezuelan skies, striking several military sites.
Look at that. Those are people, those are civilians that just so happen to be awake during it.
With heavy
Look at that.
throughout the night. Creating chaos on the ground floor.
No civilians were hurt during this either. W. Look at that, dude.
With massive amounts of destruction. As blackouts hit major cities. President Trump proudly announced he had taken their dictator, Maduro, stating he has now been captured and flown out of the country, posting this "Find Out meme," as Operation Absolute Resolve was an absolute success.
To be able to drop in and take out a leader alive and remove him from the scene.
And his wife. Guy did not spare any I don't know if they got his son as well, but like,
is just precision that's hard to comprehend at this point. How is the U.S. able to go in there, and reports now say without any U.S. casualties, remove him?
You know how? Because they didn't address it with 100 members of Congress. That's how. That's how they were able to do it. You didn't have all these idiots leaking information to these foreign countries that are putting money in their pockets. Treason. That's why. That's how.
And honestly, I'm still no fan of foreign intervention, but I also don't believe this is the beginning of a new 22-year-long war. But of course, the Democrats are gonna frame it this way, as dishonesty is pretty much their official policy. As Democrat puppets on TV rush to push this.
When you think about what the United States just did, I think there are very few Americans right now who have any idea why the United States did this.
Democrat congresswomen were angry.
I'm angry. On behalf of Americans, on behalf of...
Oh, bitch, speak for yourself. I feel like if we're going to have a war with the country, I want it to be something like this. I don't want to fight the troops of a country for 30 fucking years. Go for the snake of the head of the snake. Go for the head of the snake. Cut that bitch off. Everything else will fall in line.
Congress, and most importantly, on behalf of
it was an oppressive government that would kill people if they spoke out. He let the cartel run most of the towns there. Hell, most of the cartels that run the towns all put money in his pocket so he could get reelected. So he was in their pocket. Come on.
Service members who were put in harm's way.
But at least one Democrat senator did speak up on behalf of our military. But it didn't stop the rest of the party from using this as an opportunity to ask for more money. It's sad because the Democrats openly admit they knew next to nothing about the hows or the whys on this attack. But since it's President Trump, Democrats have to default to being against it.
I was gonna say, I feel like a lot of this is just because it's Trump. If it had been a Democrat that did this, it would have been like everything would have been reversed. Like, obviously.
As social media users immediately feign anger, sharing their expertise in international law.
To take their president.
Who the hell enforces international law, dimwit? Who do you think enforces international law? We do. We're the ones that made it. Well, us and a massive amount of other countries, but like, we own the big sticks. We own the biggest weapons, the best weapons. We have the most money. We're the richest country in the world with the biggest military and the most powerful weaponry in the world. We have the richest men in the world willing to let us use his satellites at any point in time. Like, come on.
And then saying you're going to charge their president with criminal charges in our country is such an insane breach of sovereignty. I'm like, so shook.
Claiming we're now at war.
We're officially at war.
Yeah, for 3 hours we were.
With the president of peace at the wheel of the ship. With Venezuela.
You know, all things considered, he did do that pretty peacefully. The fact that he was able to get in there without hurting any civilians, no troops' lives were lost, other than the ones that got bombed or maybe shot, but like, from what I understand, they were all non-lethal, like, shots. Like, they didn't kill anybody, from what I understand, whenever they got the president and Maduro and his wife. So, in a sense, it was kind of peaceful. I mean, other than the facilities that got blown up.
Announcing our own soldiers.
Yo, so it's being reported right now that Caracas is under attack. This is a message for all active duty. If you ever get this, I want you to know something, that if you are in the Navy, if you are in the Air Force, and you are behind the bombing of Caracas, Venezuela, America is not behind you. You will not be celebrated as a hero. You're a piece of shit.
Then asking our enemies to take our president.
I think I speak for all Americans when I say any country is welcome to kidnap our president.
But at least some liberals aren't idiots.
I am Trump's #1 hater. I am also Venezuelan. And let me tell you, for all of you that are commenting on social media, oh my God.
I love how these people seem to think that you realize that you are backing an authoritarian dictator that has killed any opposition that have tried to vote or just straight up ignored them whenever they've been elected as the president of Venezuela. So, you think you know more about Maduro than the Venezuelan people that have had to flee from the country all over the world. Come on.
War, we didn't sign for this.
I don't know what's wrong with these people. Don't ever try to reason with them. They are fucking morons. Do not try to reason with these people. You are asking for a headache.
Venezuelan that is not working for the government, the dictatorship that has been in place for more than 25 years, we are stoked.
And hopefully this is a red pill moment for her, as it's easy for the Democrats to lie to you through the TV, celebrities, and social media censorship, but once they try to push through a lie about something you are an absolute expert in, you should then realize everything they've told you is also likely a lie. Well, that didn't stop
all these so-called experts out there that seem to know everything about everything whenever they get on these fucking these broadcasting stations like MSNBC, ABC, BBC. They're all fucking idiots, dude. There's no experts. You know why there's no experts? Because the last time we went to war was in like the fucking 70s or the 80s. It was even old. Like, when was the last time? Like, in Iraq wasn't even a war. It was America's military industrial complex trying to get money off of the waste and loss of trying to like fucking occupy and take oil from Iran and Iraq. Like, that's all it ever was.
City from immediately.
Whenever I see this and I think about, oh, we did this in literally 3 hours. It's done. It's over with. Like, what the fuck?
this completely organic and not foreign-funded protest.
A massive
right?
criminal bombing campaign on Venezuela.
Stand with the man.
This war is about taking control of Venezuela.
Now, somebody printed out a bunch of signs alluding that this is about oil, with Reddit repeating this in absolutely every thread, trying to cement this is about oil. But even in the liberal media...
God, it's because he was a dictatorial piece of shit. Countries didn't... they didn't acknowledge him as the president of Venezuela because he didn't win the last election. If he was... if China or Russia or Israel were trying to put nukes in Venezuela, they'd have range of our home country, America. They'd be able to hit us with nukes. And they were sending drugs and fentanyl down to the frickin' coast of America. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing here? The place is run by cartel. The citizens are frickin' oppressed like crazy. Come on.
Venezuelans correct the record.
How often do you hear the phrase blood
I
for
don't
oil?
think I've seen a single Venezuelan come forward and say that this isn't okay.
In Venezuela.
I love these American idiots that seem to think that they know better than Venezuelan people.
That we absolutely need to reframe here. And I am certain that every Venezuelan will support what I'm about to say. He's essentially a dictator. For 25 years, he has been torturing, imprisoning people, leading to the largest refugee crisis practically in the world. So this is absolutely not about oil. This is about us as a nation wanting to come back to the fold of Western democratic nations.
As the left's propaganda machine is getting desperate, where they previously propped up minority and immigrant voices, but now they're saying the exact opposite of the liberal elites, so nobody is buying their blatant lies anymore. As they recently called this a Venezuelan fishing boat.
It is.
Now
You're absolutely right. It is better for everyone in the world that this happened. Everyone.
Conveniently forgetting how Maduro's forces literally ran over protesters.
And these are the people. These are the same people. These are the same people that are trying to tell you that there's no scam going on in Minnesota with the Somalis and the healthcare and the childcare. These are the same people that are advocating for a dictator that runs over people in his own streets with vehicles, have mind you, because they are protesting him. Why would we listen to you? You're stupid. You don't know anything.
Now Biden was also saying millions suffered under Maduro, constantly slamming President Trump because he allegedly admired him. As if this same exact attack occurred under the Democrats, every single leftist would be cheering it on, proving once again the left isn't necessarily against the overthrowing of a literal...
No, it would never happen on the left. That's the problem. You see, if the Democrats had won this past election, we'd all be dressed in tutus for work. We'd be fucked.
Dictator, it's just that the Trump derangement syndrome has completely cut out their ability to think critically. But forget what American leftists think when the Venezuelans are ecstatic, celebrating everywhere in the streets.
Look at that. Look at all the people that are just happy. They're all celebrating. They've got American flags. Look. That's how you know it's a foreign country. These are all the country's flags. And then you got an American flag. Why can't we have people doing that? Like, how come it is whenever you see an American flag in a protest in America, it's either on fire or it's like very, very seldom seen? I'll tell you why, because they're all paid protesters.
Literally crying tears of joy.
Whoops.
Felicidad, tantos años esperar esto, señor.
Esto no tiene comparación. Gracias, Dios mío.
These are historical news. This is history in the making. I mean, my chest, it feels like it's gonna explode with joy.
Trump can rescue an entire country from an oppressive dictatorship, and somehow the left will start turning on U.S. servicemen. But their Trump derangement has finally gone too far. as even on hyper-left Reddit, trying to recruit for a protest in Los Angeles, has all the top comments calling it out, with actual Venezuelans speaking against this protest, saying how can you be against Putin but for Maduro, demanding that Reddit copy Twitter and implement geotagging to find the foreign influencers and bots. And when the literal information desert that is Reddit starts questioning their official narrative, the Democrats have zero hope in defending this, as the smallest aspect about this story seems insignificant, but the fact that they use this incident to fundraise off of is the ultimate mask-off moment. Under Biden, they were
I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. Another day, another unconstitutional war from Trump. Who thinks the Constitution is a suggestion? Congress has war powers, but Republican cowards are hiding under their desk while Trump orders an unauthorized attack against Venezuela. Trump promised peace, but has delivered chaos. That's crazy. And this is for a GoFundMe, if you're wondering.
Fundraise off of is the ultimate mask-off moment. Under Biden, they were decrying Trump's alleged support of Maduro, asking for money to beat Trump. But now that Trump has arrested Maduro, the Democrats are somehow now against it, again asking for more money to beat Trump, making it abundantly obvious the left doesn't have values, goals, or at the very least, consistency. They just want more of your money. So if you're
That's crazy, dude. That's actually crazy. That's crazy. I can't even with that.
Wait, I feel like this actually might be happening. Holy shit. It might actually be happening. I don't even know.
Iran is also under fire now. You're starting to see these countries fall apart now that America is no longer shelling out wealth to them. Their countries are under extreme tariffs and they're all falling apart because they can no longer siphon money from America. So they're siphoning it from their people, and their people are like, no, fuck you. We already don't have anything. And then they're burning the governments down. That, along with the immigration problems that's going on around the world.
It's time. Yeah, it seems like it's time. And holy fucking shit. Yep. Holy shit. Look at all this. Iran and Saudi Arabia are adversaries, or Iran and Qatar, or, you know, Israel and Saudi Arabia are, to some degree, rivals or adversaries. But the difference is that they're not bombing each other, right? At least not like the way that Israel and Iran are bombing each other. Israel and Iran are bombing each other like fucking crazy. It's like a 1-to-100 ratio. At least think about it. Now, maybe the government has more nefarious plans, but that's the face value, everyday citizen approach to it. Any of the fucking shit 40-man raids be like that? They sure do be like that. Tonight, Tehran's moved the needle in our favor. It was always going to be Tehran landing the final blow. Well, yeah, obviously it's the main fucking capital. The other cities will be encouraged to keep fighting if the capital stays lively. True. Yep, people will be looking at the capital to see where things are going.
That's the capital right now in Iran.
Wow. Not gonna lie, I'm really happy for the Iranian people. Less Islamic terrorism is good for the whole world. You're goddamn right it is.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. Yeah, get those nutballs.
All these oppressive regimes are falling.
Death to the dictator? Man. Sure seems like a pretty common theme, huh? Footage clearly shows the launch of surface-to-air missiles and against a helicopter? What the fuck? Oh, this is something else. This is in Venezuela. I think I already saw.
Look at that.
Jesus Christ.
George,
Oh my God. What's also
Bro, these people are tired of being oppressed by these governments and these rich and powerful people. They're sick of it, man. They're sick of being oppressed.
crazy about this is it's been going on for a week.
They've actually, from what I understand in Iran, they also use lethal force against the protesters. So it pissed them off even more.
Like, right, yeah, look at this here. Let me actually look and find this out. East and Israel stop asking so much from the USA, and the American people go back to appreciating the alliance and friendship between the people. It is definitely better for us if Iran doesn't have a crazy nutball government. Like, that's really all there is to it. It will have a lot of other second-order effects like that. Yeah, sure. So, definitely. You think taking Maduro had anything to do with that spike? Absolutely it did. Yeah, because the thing is that now that Trump is actually doing something about this stuff, 100% people are like, oh, fuck. This is actually happening. Because is that completely distracted by the fucking EU. So, yeah, you have to... There's a province where we now have reports that citizens have armed themselves and made a real militia.
Oh shit.
Boy.
Holy crap. Oh shit, they got freedom fighters now. Look at that. Holy crap.
Jesus.
They're actually going to war with their own government.
Look at all this.
You know, I hate to say this. Well, not really. So, you can only be oppressive for so long. You can rule based on fear, right? But have you ever seen a government win an overthrow where its people try to overthrow it? No. You know why? Because if the government or the kingdom kills all of its people, it's no longer a kingdom. It can no longer siphon money from them. And to be quite frank, a lot of the soldiers don't want to be forced with killing their own family. Duh. So of course not. If the townsmen want you dead, well, maybe you should have learned from what you did prior to what you did. Huh? Maybe you shouldn't have been a piece of shit.
It's over for
them?
them?
But apparently they brutalize a lot of people. Like, if you are a woman, they are like merciless to you. They like beat you if you have like your hair showing and stuff. Like, apparently it's a really bad dictatorship there. Like a really bad one. Like, it's bad.
Yeah, I feel like this is pretty much it. Took to the streets as nationwide anti-Islamic protests came out. What is this? This is new. Holy. Yeah, be executed? Yeah, exactly. The video's garbage too. It's a type of sausage. Long live.
I wanted to watch this right quick. I thought this is going to be America's this is America's year, right? This is our year, boys. So this is what happens whenever you think that you're going to stroll up onto someone's house, at least in Texas.
Asian caught on camera, but the unsuspecting homeowner winds up pulling a gun on his attackers. I'm Jory Rand.
I'm Michelle Fisher. That homeowner speaking out about the frightening ordeal to Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay. She is live in Koreatown with that story for us tonight. Sophie.
Michelle, we spoke to the man who defended himself and his family after two intruders tried to enter his home. He wanted to remain anonymous because this is still an ongoing investigation. Terrifying surveillance video shows a masked intruder with a gun run up to this mid-city man about to walk in his front door. The homeowner pulls out his gun to defend himself, firing shots at the two intruders.
Bro, he was ready.
Quickly entering a shootout.
I guess they decided to try to come at me and come in the house, but I have a 5-month-old baby and a wife. nanny in the house, and that wasn't going to happen. There was nothing in my house that was worth dying for, but I was willing to die for my family.
The shootout happened Saturday night around 7:30. The homeowner walks to the front door, grabbing for his keys. Two intruders jump the front gate. One intruder runs up to the front door. The Mid-City man throws his tea, pulls out his
That looked like a coffee to me. That probably burned.
gate. One intruder runs up to the front door. The Mid-City man throws his tea, pulls out his gun.
You see, in this instance, if this man had shot and killed them, then rest in piss, you won't be missed. Bro, could be... I don't like this mentality that our government's trying to push at us of, well, if you shoot somebody, you have to, like, start doing... No, dude, I'm going to empty clips into him. I don't care. I'm not even kidding. If you try to run up on me, I'm always carrying. You try to run up on me, and I always have 2 magazines. I always have 2 magazines. I'm emptying both of them. I don't care. I'll sit in court with a smile and be like, yeah, I did it because he's a piece of shit and the world's better off without him. Or them. I don't care. I don't care the age, don't care the gender, don't care what's going on with them. You run up on somebody with the intent to harm or rob them, and you get shot and killed, rest in piss, you won't be missed. Rip bozo, you're a dumb dead fuck. Enjoy hell. Seriously, I have no sympathy for this. I have worked too goddamn fucking hard in my life to get where I'm at for some useless fucktard to come up and try to think they're gonna rob me. Bro, I guarantee you I was more dirt poor than you. I didn't go out and rob no fucking body. You ain't about to do it to me. I will happily sit in the electric chair with a big ass smile on my face. That I believe, I strongly believe that if you cross somebody's threshold into their house, you lose all rights to your body and humanship. If they want to lock you up in their basement and turn you into a fucking battery, that should be the homeowner's right to do. That's exactly what I think.
And start shooting.
And I don't know where I felt someone run up behind me, put something to my back, and I put a pistol to my back, and somebody else run it up.
When shots are fired, the intruders disperse. One fires back, scrambling to hop over the side fence. The other hops over the front gate and runs away. After the attack, the
Hey, let me guess, they never got these guys, huh? Bet they never got them. They probably never will. But look at it this way. If he had shot and killed one of them, you ain't got to worry about catching them. All they got to do is get the body bag.
LAPD Olympic Division.
It's a matter of time before these people are going to get caught. I think they should just pick a new career before they do end up in jail.
Who knows what could have happened if they got into that man's home? Seriously, who knows what could have happened?
Reached out to LAPD Olympic Division for more information about the suspects, but did not hear back. Live in Koreatown, Sophie Flay, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown.
I remember whenever I took my license to carry and they were like, well, you got to start doing sitting off. Fuck that. You run up on me and you got a gun in your hand and I'm forced to use lethal force on you? You had it coming, motherfucker. I am not that person that's going to let one of these motherfuckers go so they can go and do it to somebody else. Fuck that. You don't want to put this son of a bitch in jail? I'll put him in the dirt. I didn't ask. I'm not a violent person, but I will defend myself. And anybody else that person may have hurt or will hurt in the future by ending that fucking line. So the immigration problem is everywhere. Apparently Japan also has a problem with immigrants going there and doing what they're doing in Paris right now, where they have these people that try to scam you. But in Japan, it actually, this isn't even the right video. Hold on. So like whenever I hear people complain about, but they need to be, you know, citizens, people that are trying to flee from other countries that are shitholes, that are going to all these other countries. Well, maybe you should stay in your own goddamn country and overthrow your government, like all these other people are doing. Where the asmongold TV? Hold on, because this is a better video right here. Check this out. Yeah, here we go.
I expose scammers in Tokyo. As I said, my guess for this video is that they were not actually Japanese people. Now, am I going to be right about that or not?
So we covered a video where this guy was recording, and then he got hit in the back of the head by some black dude, right? It was a white guy that was walking around China.
Let's go down.
A fellow American
here we go.
who moved.
There we go. These people. So we got them in Somalia trying to threaten. I think it's like Nick Schlepp or whatever with the Somalia thing. You got these people in Paris or France trying to slip bracelets onto your arm and then beating the hell out of you whenever whenever they get confronted. They're in Japan doing this. They're like, these people are everywhere. And you wonder why so many of these countries are retaliating against their government because of these immigrants that are coming in. This is why. They're parasites.
Those scammers in
Like, if you wanted to come to a country and assimilate, fine, great. But if you're just sitting there and being parasitic and taking, it's time to go back, bro.
As I said, my guess for this video is that they were not actually Japanese people. Now, am I going to be right about that or not? I wonder.
You're a drug dealer, you're a pimp.
Woo!
Because you come to Japan and
This is the guy. This is the guy. You remember this video? We covered it? This dude walked up out of nowhere and just hit him in the back of the head. He's a scammer. He's actually somebody that scams
You're a drug dealer, you're a pimp.
in that area.
it's crazy because you come
It's so bad there that they have cars out in Japan that blast info about staying safe in the district. What they do, and this is how this scam works in this country, is they'll take foreigners, right? They'll be like, hey, come over to this bar, right? Come over to this bar. And then what they do is once you follow them into the bar and you start paying for stuff and you go to leave and you get the tab is 3 times higher than the amount that they said it would be, right? And then if you refuse to pay it, then they lock you in and you're not allowed to leave until you pay it. Or people have been drugged and wake up hours later with all of their information missing. Their passports, ID, everything. And they usually wake up across from somebody else.
to Japan
And you get attacked by Africans.
So when you decide to have sympathy for these people, you have to realize these people are parasites.
Jesus.
Why is there a gang of African thugs scamming, robbing, drugging, and beating tourists in one of the most famous nightlife districts in Tokyo?
Why the fuck did they put up with this? It's amazing how the whole world is just totally cucked by this garbage.
The safest and most
Really?
ethnically homogenous countries on Earth.
Oh my God.
They drugged me. My wallet was stolen, everything. And I woke up next to another guy who the same thing had happened to.
So I had to check in on America's greatest ally, Japan.
Back
up, back up. Hey, hey.
I'm honored to die for my country. I'm not gonna fuck my country to any foreigner.
Base.
Oh, we're thieves?
Uh-huh.
You're a fucking criminal attacking people. All right, prepare for the
They
tape.
actually find the guy that attacked that dude in that video that went viral. They find him.
They're running away?
Nigerians.
And here's the crazy part. There's so many of these parasites that are there that what they'll do is that, like, for example, he had a security team and a group of people that were following him around Japan, right? And what they did is they all grouped up together in, like, an alley, and they tried to, like, lure him and his camera team and his guys down the alley, and the security guy was like, "Nah, don't go down there. There's like 50 of them."
Oh my
You're
God.
fucking tough, yeah?
And the guy that got hit in the back of the head, he went to the police, had the dude's face on camera, and the police pretty much told him that they were like victim blaming, that it was his fault. Because the area that this is in, is so dangerous that he should always keep his head on a swivel. And nothing happened to the guy that, like, dude.
Sure, the third
'cause we don't
world
have
flag
guns?
wouldn't claim another victim.
Well, can't you just get
young
the-
James, a fellow American
here we go.
who moved to Japan
Yeah.
with safe, polite culture and was punched in the back of the head by
Wait,
an
this is the guy. I remember watching this clip.
African scammer while walking.
Look at him, bro. Why would you even do this? Who is this guy?
while walking through Kabukicho. I think your friend behind us, legit. I swear to God, I think it's your friend. I think we found our friend here.
There he is. There he is. There he is. There's the guy. That's him.
Huh?
Be careful with your camera. There is camera there now. I see you.
Camera?
I'm warning you now.
What do you mean you're onto me? Onto me for what? Onto me for what?
Already trying to start causing trouble. And he's acting this way because as of right now, it's just him walking around, right? But later on, he does get a security team. He does have more people.
Have the police come by and just round all these people up and put them in jail. That's what's so crazy to me is like, I feel like this is such a simple solution. You just drive around and you're like, oh, this guy's causing a bunch of problems. All right, come with us. You know, that's what you do. You just go get him. Yeah.
Keep walking, Buster.
But remember, when they're in your country and they're causing problems and being parasitic, it's not their fault they're that way. It's their country's fault. That's what they like to feed you on Reddit.
Fucking clowns out here.
It's just, it's sad for me to see high trust
between drunk people all the time.
Yeah.
But in
being basically
come on.
Have a cold one or the other, but you can't do both.
there's a common misconception about Japan. A lot of people say that it's illegal to film in public. It's illegal to film other people.
That's probably
actually not true. They can ask for their faces to be blurred.
Sure.
But if anybody tells you you can't film here, that's a lie. They don't know what the they're talking about. They're assuming that you don't know what you're doing because you're just a foreigner here anyways. So
try to tell you whatever. I'm speaking with you is because I saw a video of you getting punched in the back of the head by who?
What the fuck?
By a tout, apparently is what they're called. In Japanese we call it kyakuhiki, which means like a catcher. They try to get people into their bars and offer drugs to people and such in the nightlife areas of Tokyo.
Oh yeah, this is definitely guys. This is
it's crazy that they've been there for long enough that they have a name now.
Somewhere I'd want to go. Let's go down here into the basement fucking strip club here.
And they're like at every corner too, from what I understand, because they talked to a tourist later in the video, and he said that he would run into like 3 or 4 of them, and he declined most of them, and he eventually got like coerced into going with one, but then the camera team like intervenes.
Such in the nightlife areas of
I don't
Tokyo.
think so.
Yeah, in the past they called it the red light district. These days they say that it's actually cleaned up a bunch.
This is where all the hoes are?
It's called a nightlife area more or less, but amongst Japanese people this is definitely known as the most dangerous area in Tokyo.
Which goes to show how safe at large Japan actually is.
100%.
It's a pretty nice area.
In this area, Kabukicho specifically, there are a whole bunch of fights occasionally between drunk people all the time.
Yeah.
But in terms of people being attacked for seemingly no reason, it often tends to be these
I saw this.
African tout kyakuhiki guys.
Yep.
Maybe because the tourists don't follow them into their bars, they refuse their scams, they get scammed out of money and then they fight back and they get beat up, which is really sad, and it's been an issue for many years now. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, what they need to do, as I said, they just need to just go and get the police, round all these fuckers up and get rid of them. Either deport them or put them in jail.
I'm actually shocked that Japan is putting up with this.
If people are just a public fucking nuisance, if anything.
I'm legitimately shocked.
Problem.
And you know what's really sad is they always try to go to these countries where the hospitality, like Japan's not really known for hospitality, let's be honest here. But like they try to take advantage of these governments that have laxed laws for immigrants, like America, for example. Because they know where to go and how to do their scams. And it's really sad. It's really sad.
To my left over here.
Yeah.
Because these people, these parasites, are going to ruin it for all the other immigrants that are in the world. They are.
Don't bother us anymore. You know, I'm not trying to bother anyone, just like I was in my video.
Hey, look, there's another one.
Business.
Of course.
Basically, the guy was really angry that he happened to get in my shot and he didn't want to be on camera.
He was barely in your shot too. He was creeping and crawling. He almost wanted it.
Yeah, he was mad as fuck, man.
News outlets. It's been all over social media. It's nuts. So,
from my understanding,
look who it is. Oh man. You know it's big time now, guys, because look at this.
from my understanding, the prospect of a cheap bar experience, and then what happens next?
From the stories that I've heard, basically
I made it. Yeah, they made
to
it.
an international club.
'Cause I reacted.
They say, hey, brother, we speak English. You're probably tired. You're in this
Yeah.
country where nobody speaks English. It's
Right.
difficult. Check it out. You want to meet some foreigners, actually mingle with some people where you can really talk.
Yeah.
And you think, hey, you know what? That sounds kind of nice. I've been in Japan for 2 weeks. This guy seems really friendly. And you say, yeah, you know what? I'll follow you to your international club or bar.
Yeah,
you go
sure.
inside. And there's a couple different things that may happen. The most common one that I've heard is they tell you one price at the door or something like
Then
that.
they-
Drinks
yeah.
are this much. There's a small door fee. And then they give you the tab, and the tab is much higher. If you try to dispute it, they block the door. They don't let you leave until you pay the tab. And you'll hear
So they
you'll
just
read constant
This is the thing. They just rob you, basically. So they just go and rob you. Mm-hmm.
stories of people talking about getting drugged. So they
That
give
was
you
Sora AI? Oh, wait, I thought that was real life.
English. Days later, they women, maybe they're Filipina, maybe they're Thai or whatever.
Yeah.
They go there. Next thing they know, it's 2 days later. They wake up. They don't have their wallet. They don't have their keys.
Yep.
They don't have their passports. All of their stuff was stolen. Even though there are very, very few foreigners here as compared to other countries, still the foreigners here are very, very adamant about implementing their culture here.
What the fuck?
Fide classic.
That bugs me because
Redditors?
I come here to
Absolutely.
experience Japan.
Can you say something in Japanese?
Minasan konnichiwa.
You see how this person actually assimilates? He learns the language, he learns the culture, he learns the laws, he assimilates. Prime example of a perfect immigrant right here. Perfect. Right here.
We're
hitting circle, bro.
Seemed pretty good.
We're circling us like meat in the
Is that
water.
never on?
Fair enough. Should we move?
Yep.
Yeah, we should. I'm like,
Is that a wild
I'm
never
annoyed
on?
right now that we have to feel that's the death direction.
By the girl. Japan is an incredibly safe country.
Wait, so what are these signs saying? Because I remember I had a friend, he said he went to Taiwan to figure out to Navy.
Area, Japanese people and Chinese Kyakuhiki as well, who also try to offer you things. Get you to
Look
follow
at them all, man. They're like hornets.
Most people who are trying to get you to follow them into your bars are selling some shit, scamming. And let's be honest,
They're
we
club
know the places that
advertisements?
are
I
really
see.
badass and the most popular bars, restaurants
Yeah.
around the world, they don't need to put people out.
If you ever go to Japan, don't follow these people. Don't do that to yourself. Because, I mean, you could end up being drugged, and who knows what could happen to you after that. Like, don't follow these people.
Street, hey, follow us.
Yeah, true.
The food speaks for itself. People are lined up out the door,
Yeah.
so yeah.
That's true. For clarity,
Same with
no
Austin.
joke. As we're walking around here, I'm keeping my head on a swivel.
Yeah.
With
You
the
have
camera, you have to.
No, you have to, totally.
And they're aware of us fully with the camera.
Uh-oh.
Hey, man, when I was hit in the back of the head, I mean, that dude had a running start. Ran up and
Yeah.
hit me right in the back of the head. That's a very dangerous
Gave you a
area to
little
be hit.
tap.
I mean, there's a reason that in boxing and MMA, they don't allow you to hit to the back of the head, so.
And if I get hit in the head and I go to the police, what will they say?
They will likely say, what were you doing? How did you get hit in the head? Why? What made them hit you in the head?
Okay.
And then they will say, be safe. This area is dangerous. You
Yeah.
should know that. There are streetcars running around occasionally that give announcements that say, be careful, don't follow anybody. This is basically what the police did to me.
It's sad that instead of arresting these people, they're using their Chinese, I'm so sorry. They're using their Japanese taxpayer dollars to put up vehicles that run 24 hours a day that blast intercom to stay safe instead of just arresting these people and deporting them. Remember, guys, you're just supposed to be okay with this. You're just supposed to be okay with it.
They victim blamed me.
日本は本当に安全な国で、こうして安心して暮らせることに感謝してます。でも、
But in
歌舞伎町だ
Kabukicho,
と
however,
油断はでき
you
ない
can't
って
let your
今
guard
回
down.
はす
And I
ご
learned it the
く
hard
実
way
感し
this
ました。
time.
Even though I did
Yeah,
that,
true.
I woke up the next day to a whole bunch of my subscribers.
Japan has Karen police too. I think that
Oh,
the
damn,
problem
it's
is that a lot of
Chad.
them don't really understand if it's bad. And I think that they also are... This is, I think the problem is that sometimes a country is so successful that the success ends up defeating the country's morale and the country's ability to defend itself and ward off threats. because they're so used to being in such a high position of privilege, safety, comfort, and trust that when something comes into their space that's not like that they're
crazy.
not even mentally poised to be able to react to it in the right way. I think this is in Sweden, it's in Korea, it's in a lot of American states, or at least cities, it's in Europe, it's in a lot of these places. They forgot how to they forgot how to PvP, exactly.
People messaging me on Instagram saying, you're racist for posting the video.
Yep.
You posted
Yep.
the video knowing that racial tensions are high.
That's right. That's right. It's all about race.
You are trying
yeah.
to stir up more racial tensions. A couple different people said, I hope more happen to you. I hope that in 2025 you will get called racist for existing.
Facts. And I want to hear a truth bomb.
And they wonder why people are just ignoring it now. And you know what's sad? These are the same people that are probably sad that Maduro got indicted or captured.
Violent things you've seen out here. Who has perpetrated them?
Oh boy.
Here we go.
The Nigerian African touts, 100%.
I am so glad that we are in a position now that we can just call this out for what it is. If there's a group of people that are causing problems, just because they're all of the same ethnicity, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to talk about it. If these people are causing problems, they're causing problems. It doesn't matter if they're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, or anything, Arab.
That's right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
You're causing problems. You can't be doing this.
That's right. I agree.
It's nuts.
And while we were walking around, my professional bodyguards...
Because I feel like for a really long time, this was like a thing that you had to talk around.
No. You had to talk around it because people were scared of being called these names. But the issue is that whenever you just keep calling people names, eventually it just has no effect. That's just how it is.
Actually acknowledge the obvious truth of this.
We're gonna move on from this though. There's a lot. This also happened. So there was like a jewelry store fight because this. I'm not fully sure, but I think I have the small amount of knowledge about it. Apparently, they were giving out, like, if you buy a diamond that this is just an example, that's 100 carats. And they were giving out like a diamond that was 50 carats and still charging you for 100 carat diamond, right? And they were using someone's name, and the guy found out and like went crazy in the store.
It was insane. Oh, Trax NYC? I saw that. That was a crazy saga, actually. Hold on, let me pull that up if you haven't seen this. A buddy of mine sent me the entire thing.
Receipt from this disgusting company that pretends to be me, says they're Trax NYC, sells my customer a bracelet, rips them off, and rips them off on the gold. Shit, they're saying it's 14 karat gold? Well, we're gonna test this bracelet right now.
Spoiler alert, it's not. It's a scam.
Big surprise.
So basically, in a nutshell, Trax NYC has an impersonator, Akai Jewelers. Akai Jewelers has been selling products under his name, allegedly, though it seems pretty cut and dry, that are not as advertised, but it's a twofold scam because Akai Jewelers is not Trax NYC, and what the customers of Trax are being sold is not what they are supposed to be getting. So it's a big time scam.
Start the test.
Trax NYC found out about it
10 karat
today.
Gold. So did they say they were Trax NYC?
Yeah, he tried to portray. He tried to sell one of your products. He said that he ran out.
Right.
One of your rings
You-
that you purchased.
Right. That we sell. So you came with a picture of Trax NYC.
Yep. I opened up the website for him.
And then he
Just imagine you build your business from scratch, and then you got some little piss stain like this going around portraying themselves as you. And like, think about it, you have a good reputation with your diamonds and your jewelry, kind of like Hattori Hanzo in Kill Bill, right? You hear the name Hattori Hanzo, and everyone fears the blade. And you hear the name, and everyone knows, oh, that's good product, right? And then come to find out, it's not. And then the guy that is doing this really hard work and you know, putting an A for effort, his reputation's going down the gutter because of this.
He's very upset, as you can clearly tell. He's extremely mad because he is now getting a reputation.
It gets good. Let's just say that.
And I'll go ahead and fast forward through some of this. I thought this was a very nice gesture. That was a $22,000 piece of jewelry that his customer got scammed on by Akai Jewelers who was pretending to be Trax. So what he did is he actually made him whole again, giving him 22 grand.
These fucking pieces of shit, okay? Rip you off on this fucking thing. It turned out to be 9-karat gold, right? Yeah. You had a check?
Yes.
So they're gonna be giving you $1,000 on top. Here's $22,000 for your fucking trouble. These fucking bum motherfuckers, bro. You get people in this exchange, people in this. Stop being greedy pieces of fucking lying shit.
It gets better. He goes to the location.
On tracks. I want this coming up with a fucking scheme every fucking time.
Yep.
Keep fucking scheming, bro. 9 fucking carat this, 2 carat that, this that. Security what, bro? Fucking bullshit, bro. Stop fucking stealing. You gotta come up. I want my fucking money, motherfuckers.
So after that, he then confronts Akai Jewelers directly. He then goes up to them, which is the clip you've probably seen.
Fucking money, motherfucker! Where's my fucking money?
He has the piece of paper that can, like, because whenever you buy something that's that expensive, you get a certificate of authenticity. He has the slip in his hand. He has all the proof he needs right there in his hand to show that this place is a scam.
Where's my money? I got this fucking bracelet. Where's my fucking money? What are you gonna do, bitch? What are you gonna fucking do? Doc, motherfucker, you say VVS, I3, 14 karat, and you're using my name, you bitch!
That's right.
Yeah, 6447. Thief! You fucking thief!
$22,000 is a shitload of money. That is multiple felonies.
Yeah, in front of everyone here, every customer, in front of God and anime, he's going in. He's going hog wild on his ass right here, airing it all out. Also, I didn't learn this until, like, looking into this more. He was in Uncut Gems. Trax. He had, like, a small cameo in Uncut Gems, which I thought was fucking awesome.
Stop, take it. No. Get the fuck your hands off of me, bro. Take your fucking hands off of me, bro.
Calm down.
Yeah, bro.
Calm down.
You see how they're trying to say calm down? You see how they're trying to say calm down and then no one else is trying to fight him other than that one piece of shit that was there at the board right there? It's because that guy knows he's cooked that was at the board there, and everybody else is realizing what's really happening here. It's a fucking scam.
So you think that's where it ends, right? Like, they escort him out, he got all his anger
He comes
out,
back
he
in.
tumbled over. That's the end of it. Then maybe he takes legal matters into his own hands here, because, I mean, that's very clearly a lawsuit right there. He is being impersonated by this other jeweler, and his customers are being misled and even potentially scammed. But that's not it. They got into a fucking scuffle. Look at this.
Oh, they wildin'.
Oh my god.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
Oh, they wildin'.
I didn't see this.
Oh fuck.
Oh, they wildin'.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, they wildin'.
Oh my god. They got him by his ear.
Do we gotta do something here?
Oh my god.
So that goes on for a little while. Trax makes a follow-up after the little brawl here in an ambulance.
You know why that is? Because he went back up to the same guy when he went back up to this guy right here. And instead of lifting this board, the next time, instead of lifting that the next time he came back, the dude spit at him and walked back behind the counter. Like, literally spit like a llama, dude. Like, it went everywhere on his face. And they were about this close.
I got this big bracelet.
Oh, they wild.
Because I showed what thieves they were. So, a cop straight up fucking tried to strangle me with my chain like this. That's how angry these motherfuckers got, because I showed what thieves they were. So, a cop tried to kill me,
it's here.
choke me with my old chain like this, strangle me, jump me, I'm in the hospital. If you're a lawyer who could help out, please DM me. All right, everything they did was so horrifying, so please send me a DM if you're a lawyer. I'm in the hospital, going to the hospital.
A crazy saga. Okay. I've seen a lot of his content before, and he's always super passionate about his work, so this is super valid. Full disclosure, I don't know anything about Trax. I learned everything about him today. But based on all of the evidence I've seen, like what's been presented, which seems pretty cut and dry, his anger seems very understandable.
Yeah, just think about, like, how much time and effort this dude dedicated to this. Just for some piece of scammer to sit there and take his life's work and try to scam it. Dude, like...
You could make an argument that maybe he should have just went to a lawyer to start instead of confronting him directly and going, like, ballistic.
No, because you gotta, like, discredit them ASAP, man. You can't wait for months of, like, legal battles, dude. You gotta, like, go to where they're at and discredit them, like, straight up.
But, I mean, if your reputation's being dragged through the mud without you even knowing about it because another company or another jeweler is copying you and selling...
And think of it this way. If you do this, and it's gonna make the people that think that they're just gonna make another freaking brand off of you think twice about it. Like, think of it that way. Like, whenever he gets done suing the shit out of these people and winning, it's gonna make anybody else who thinks that they're just gonna come and do that, it's gonna make them think twice.
Fraudulent products, you're probably gonna react pretty passionately. And this is a really good thing for Trax's brand, I think, because now this is blown up. Now everyone sees Trax, like, fighting for the customers that got scammed. He gave him 22 grand of his own money.
His own money, bro. Gave him his own money. Think about that. Yo, if I was ever gonna buy something expensive, I know where I'm going now.
Pocket to make him whole for someone else scamming him.
Yeah.
Like, overall, like, it's a really good look for Trax.
That's like if, like, you know, someone was portraying themselves as Katy Perry and they scammed some old person and Katy Perry was like, yo, let me hook you up. You know, like...
So while you could say, like, yeah, maybe, like, going up to him was too much,
no.
I think he's going to come out with a bigger W because of it. And it also shows Akai Jewelers looking extremely shitty, being confronted directly and getting their name out there for all of this, too.
Mm-hmm.
If the chain was fake, it would have snapped. Well, I don't think it was necessarily him calling it fake.
It wasn't necessarily fake. It was the fact that it wasn't the... Because, like, each carat and each one of those carats makes the dollar value of the product, like, skyrocket. So, it's not that it was fake. It probably had real gold and diamonds on it. It was that, like, would you rather pay $800 for a 2-carat or, like, $22,000 for like 100 carats? That's the difference.
Wasn't what the customer...
Because that's what he got. He got a 2-carat, like, I guess, gold thing.
Buying.
Or silver or whatever.
It was supposed to be certain amount of carats, which it wasn't, and it was supposed to be a certain type of gold, which it wasn't. That was the scam. Not that it was, like, all around fake.
Mm-hmm.
At least as I understand it, based on what he was showcasing. And, yeah, good point. Even if it was exactly what they said they were selling them, they did it under a false pretense. They were using Trax's name to sell it, which they are not associated. First time something... Damn. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Crazy.
Yeah, here we go. This is what the guy did. This is what the guy did that started the tussle. Look. There you go.
Oh, damn. Oh,
what a piece of shit. You notice how this little pussy-ass bitch, the minute he did it, he stepped back behind the counter? What a little fucking bitch.
You fucking bitch.
What a little bitch.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. Run, you little pussy.
Oh my god. That spit was crazy. That was like a shotgun blast.
No, bro spit like a llama.
You fucking bitch.
Yo, don't fucking
fuck out.
Pop!
That did make a very satisfying slap sound effect.
Fuck out of here.
Man.
And then that's the brawl we saw.
He should have brought some security with him. He should have brought some big-ass dudes with him. That's what he should have done.
Damn, man. You don't spit on a person. No, I mean, spitting on someone is literally the fucking assault off rip. So, I mean, to be fair, Trax didn't... He was not the one that started that.
No, he wasn't.
The guy spitting on him was. Yeah, it was crazy, man. I saw that earlier today. This whole saga was nuts. I'm very curious what Trax is on someone. And when he got spit on, he fucking threw that thing up, but the bodyguard pulled him away. He was literally ripping it up, and the bodyguard pulls him away. That man...
That man was about to get his ass beat. Look at the way he like, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Little bitch.
Speared by Trax.
That guy was going to get his ass beat, bro.
Slap.
That slap was so satisfying. Pop. Yo, W Trax. Oh, damn. So Tim Walz isn't going to seek re-election, huh? This was an hour ago. So I guess Tim Walz is roaching out on the re-election process. He's trying to watch. He's gonna try to skip out on re-election, and then he's gonna try to skip the country. Watch. He's gonna try to get out of country.
Political news out of St. Paul, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tim Walz will not seek re-election as governor, and what a fall from grace this has been for him. You might recall in the spring of 2023, he pushed through several progressive ideas to the state legislature that caught the attention of Barack Obama, who went to Twitter to give his endorsement for the programs, which eventually caught the attention of people like Kamala Harris, who chose him to be her running mate as the vice president. Introduced in Chicago at the convention in August of last year, a debate that was an absolute disaster with J.D. Vance at one point called himself a knucklehead, but after reportedly billions of dollars have been stolen from taxpayers.
They have an estimated $9 billion so far.
By way of the state of Minnesota, Tim Walz says he will not seek a third term. What a remarkable 2 years in the national spotlight has been for him, Dana.
And Walz hit Trump in his announcement. He said Donald Trump and his allies in Washington, in St. Paul, and online want to make our state a colder, meaner place. They want to poison our people against each other.
Oh, I'm sure that has nothing to do with you lining your pockets with a percentage of that Somali money, huh?
Attacking our neighbors. And ultimately, they want to take away much of what makes Minnesota the best place in America to
For
raise
scammers. The best place in America for scammers.
Family. Now, okay, what else has been happening in this last month? Well, you have the discovery that there has been incredible amounts of fraud, and I think 98% of the people arrested are Somalis who are immigrants.
They actually did arrest people, by the way. So if you get on to any kind of social media and they're trying to defame Nick Schmaltz on anything, please be aware that people have actually been charged and they are in jail now because of the independent journalism that he did down in Minnesota. People have gotten arrested. They are now in jail. So it was not fake. It was real. It was very much so real. When the FBI investigated it, they found evidence. So it's done.
In the state, they were taking COVID funds and basically and Medicaid funds and stealing them from the American people under his watch or his lack of watch. And now remember, Kamala Harris chooses him as the vice presidential choice partly because he couldn't conceivably upstage her. She says in her book that she didn't want to go with Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania, who because he was Jewish. She actually says this, okay? And then she goes with Tim Walz, and he was a disaster from beginning to end. He also has a lot of confidence in himself, but I think that it was very clear to him after he had some discussions over the
So now that he's not running for re-election, we need to put him in jail. We need to put his ass in jail.
Weekend that he would lose. He was a drag on the Democratic Party.
No, he would have.
Nationally, and the best thing that he could have done for the party, actually, and probably for him and his family, is to take this action today, which is to decide not to run for re-election.
So the initial reporting suggests $1 billion has been stolen. Since then, that number's gone higher.
It's higher.
Now, if he really truly believed he didn't do anything wrong, I feel like he would have ran for re-election. But let's be honest here. There's no way that you lose over $9 billion and you don't know something's going on. I wonder how much of that money is in his pocket right now.
Hi, we don't know where it ends, and there are suggestions that it could be similar in other states. Mary Catherine Ham joins us now with an initial reaction. MK, good morning to you. What do you think? Tim Walz?
Well, I was reliably told that he was a great fraud fighter, and that in fact the fraud was minimal or not happening. So I'm confused about how it suddenly became a fatal blow to his campaign. And
What a better way to campaign for something that you want to do. He probably originally, whenever he got into office, didn't want to do that, but then he realized he could make a lot of money if he did. That's probably why.
Not confused, because the fact is that the numbers were gigantic. This is perhaps unprecedented amounts of fraud, and he does have to answer for it because he was on watch the entire time. And I think it's unlikely given
what's crazy? As I remember Asmon talking about how, like, he has a friend that's from Israel, right? And he said that his friend always used to try to be like, your government's easy to buy. And he's like, our government's better. And let me explain to you why that is. It's because the Israel government, even if it's one person, he has a mass amount of wealth. He can't be bought. He already has wealth. He already lives in luxury. You can't buy somebody or give somebody something if they're already living in luxury and wealth. But you can corrupt somebody who isn't. Think about it that way. If you were if you were raised in poorness, right? And you were brought up in poorness, you get to a certain age where, let's say Tim Walz got elected when he was 35, right? The minimum, 35. And he realized how much he was going to be making at that job. And then, he spent 10 years. Let's throw a number out there. 10 years. And he realized that he's still struggling to make ends meet, even as a representative, right? And then a little blue birdie hops up on deck and says, tell you what, you do this for me, and I'll give you millions. It'd be kind of hard not to take that. Any normal person would crack under that. That doesn't make it right, because your morals should say otherwise. Your morals should say no. But that's really what the big problem is with our government. All that money to make, and it's all surrounding them.
Scale that anyone who had power in the Democratic Party at this time, of which the Somali community that was engaged in this is a core constituency, didn't know about it, or at least turn a very blind eye to it. And man, the fall from VP candidate to this is quite spectacular.
You have to wonder what the Minnesota Democrats are thinking, and they might be thinking this. It's reported that he met with Senator Amy Klobuchar over the weekend.
Bro, the Democrats are freaking cooked. I don't care what anyone... Dude, the Democrats are so cooked.
And Senator Klobuchar has been trying from Washington, saying back home, you've got to get a handle on all of this. She is considering a run for governor. Perhaps they met and she let him know that he would lose in a primary to her.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think she would be a better choice than Tim Walz. She seems like the kind of person who wouldn't put up with this. But again, I would say anyone who was in power in the state of Minnesota had to know that some of this was going on. Whistleblowers were being very upfront about it. Folks, as you see from New York Times reporting and elsewhere, said basically the 2020 mind virus kept us from pointing out that this was happening because we were afraid because it was happening in marginalized communities, we couldn't stop them without being called racist. That is a right, and some, in fact, who were accused.
It's difficult.
That's crazy, dude. Like, think about that, though. Think about how crazy that is.
Alert now. We are now
This was an hour ago. Here we go.
Moments leading up to the capture of Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro and his wife. Operation Absolute Resolve took months of planning, going all the way back to August, when the CIA deployed a unit to monitor Maduro's movements. And on Saturday, elite U.S. military forces used that intel to storm Venezuela and capture Maduro in the middle of the night. Here's Secretary of State Marco Rubio detailing that operation.
It is not easy to land helicopters in the middle of the largest military base in the country. The guy lived on a military base. Land within 3 minutes, kick down his door, grab him, put him in handcuffs, read him his rights, put him in a helicopter, and leave the country without losing any American or any American assets. I do think this is one of the most, daring, complicated, sophisticated missions.
Bro, the amount of balls you have to pull something like this off.
Has carried out in a very long time. Tremendous credit to
Trump got balls, I can say that.
Did it. It was unbelievable.
U.S. Marine veteran Chad Robichaux, who helped lead rescue missions during the Afghanistan withdrawal, joins me now. And Chad, look, as someone who has experience extracting people, albeit the good guys, and understands how difficult that can be, what do you make of this mission, specifically the speed with which it occurred and the fact that there was no American loss of life?
I mean, it's absolutely amazing. And you have to look at who these guys are. I mean, when President Trump
That's so badass looking. I'm sorry, dude. That looks crazy. Could you imagine just be like, you're just in your house and then you hear this massive explosion and you look out and there's just freaking helicopters in the sky bombing stuff?
Secretary Hegseth legitimately designated these cartel regimes as terrorist groups. Now you have the ability of Joint Special Operations Command partnering with our elite intelligence agencies. And when you have a commander-in-chief and secretary that'll get behind them and let them actually do their job, there's nowhere in the world our adversaries can't hide. And the world just got a demonstration of that. These guys prepared for months. They're able to, I mean, you're talking about Delta Force, SEAL Team 6's assaulters. They're able to go in at any moment, anywhere in the world. But the fact that they had time to prepare with intelligence from the CIA and prepare for this shows how precision they could be. And it's not just JSOC's, not just about Delta Force or SEAL Team 6. You're talking about the full capabilities and most robust intel networks in the world with the most logistically capable units that support those units to put them on targets and do exactly what they just did.
The fact that the CIA was on the ground in Venezuela was no surprise. We reported it on this program. President Trump announced, hey, the CIA is on the ground in Venezuela. So obviously, Nicolas Maduro knew. How high do you think our CIA operatives were in the Venezuelan government?
I mean, I think they were embedded all at the top. I mean, you're not just talking about CIA employees. You're talking about the network of intelligence and human intelligence and resourcing that we have. If they're doing their job, then they're going to have assets and resources all the way to the top, right next to Maduro.
Crazy.
And, obviously he knew that. That's why he was so paranoid. But you can be as paranoid as you want. You just can't stop the long arm of our U.S. intelligence agencies, especially when they're partnered with a unit like a Joint Special Operations Command.
Is there anything that surprised you about this mission?
No, it had to be done. Nicolas Maduro didn't just rise to legitimate leadership. He is a dictator that seized power from his people. 7 million Venezuelans had to flee the country, not because of policy, because his criminal governance of Venezuela.
7 million Venezuelans had to flee the country. Had to flee Venezuela. That's so sad.
That I skydive with, and they had to leave during his takeover because they hadn't had to get their families out. They're celebrating right now, and aside from the Venezuelan people who got their country, who are going to get their country back now. I mean, the United States was suffering under the threat of this narco terrorism. Venezuela is not the only one, by the way, and we all know that, but it needed to be done. And President Trump, I feel President Trump gave grace and patience for Maduro to turn things around and do the right thing, and he wasn't going to do it. We knew he wasn't going to do it.
Damn,
so
look at all those people, dude. They're so happy. So many people are just so happy that their tyrant leader is taken, is gone.
Happen. I am not surprised that when Joint Special Operations Command and our military troops are allowed to do their job, that they can do it with such precision and accuracy as they did. Not surprised.
Well, I mean, you got to like, you realize that earlier last year they sent missiles into an apartment building that killed leaders of a foreign terrorist regime easily. Like, you think I'm kidding whenever I say that we have the most advanced military? Like I said, Maduro should be thankful he's not dead, because if Trump wanted him dead, he'd be dead. It's even more a show of power that he was able to do all of this and get the leader of the actual president of Venezuela without even hurting him. Like, the sheer scale of the operation, the months of work, like, holy shit.
They've been handcuffed for so long. It's so amazing to see a commander-in-chief lets them do their job.
This absolutely speaks volumes about the coordination and leadership at the Pentagon. I mean, look, we have it on our screen right here. What it took to pull this off. You mentioned the CIA. They provided the intel, surveillance, target tracking. Then you have the Delta Force precisely rehearsed and executed the raid. They built literally a replica of Maduro's home. Think about that. And then the Night Stalkers flew in on very low altitudes to that location. Remember, that's the same group that supported the 2011 raid on bin Laden. Quickly, before we let you go, obviously, men and women did this mission. Without them, we don't have it. I want to talk quickly about the equipment, because this equipment took fire and it did not come down. It stayed in the air.
Yeah, one of the helicopters actually got shot.
Everybody to where they needed to get to safety. What can you tell us about the equipment that was used in this mission?
Well, I mean, like you said, the Night Stalkers who went in, I mean, they're going to have the best aircraft in the world. They're going to have the best equipment. But one of the things you mentioned is the best equipment for preparing. I've seen at some of these elite units, the training rooms where you can add modular walls and move walls around. You can get schematics through intelligence or through architectural records of a room, a building, a ship, a vessel anywhere in the world. And you can rebuild that facility and rehearse in the real scenario that you're going to be presented with when you go through and you breach through a door. So these operators have the facilities that they have, the training equipment they have, not just what you use in the mission, but having our military fund it correctly and be able to train properly. And then when they actually get on target using the best equipment is why it's so important. It's why you hear veterans like me preaching or cheerleading when we get our budgets properly distributed to our military troops, so they can actually train to be able to do something like this when it's time to do it.
The capacity of the United States military never ceases to amaze. Chad Roberts Show. Thank you. Thanks for your insight.
That's just crazy, dude. I don't know if I'll do another full playthrough of a game on the channel. I mean, I'll definitely do a first day release with some games, but I don't think I'm gonna fully play through a game, if that makes sense. Let me use the bathroom. Okay. Oh yeah, no, we do need a game from the Maduro thing. Yo, think about how awesome it'd be if like COD came up, like did something like that. Like, holy crap, dude, that'd be so sick. Where's my mouse?
Evidence that Nick Shirley is a liar. As I said before, the
poor Nick Shirley, dude.
media is the enemy of the people. I say it over and over and over, and it only becomes more and more true.
This is ABC Learning Center in Minneapolis.
They have to learn ABC and numbers.
Director Ahmed Hassan gave WCCO a tour after finding his daycare in the national spotlight. Director Ahmed Hassan gave WCCO a tour after finding...
Hold on.
It's direct evidence that Nick Shirley is a liar. As I said before, the media is the enemy of the people. I say it over and over over, and it only becomes more and more true.
I count like maybe 4 students in that little classroom right there. How are there only 4 students whenever you've got people signed up for like 99 people? So you're getting taxpayer money for 99 students or 99 people attending that daycare. Where are all the kids? With that many kids, that place should be like a bustling mini metropolis. And you've got 4 people or 4 kids sitting on that carpet. Where are the rest of the kids?
This is ABC Learning Center.
I count 1, hell, maybe not even 4. It looks like there's 3 kids, 1, 2, 3, and then like 1 adult.
They have to learn ABC and numbers.
Director Ahmed Hassan gave WCCO a tour after finding his daycare in the national spotlight.
All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center.
In a now viral video, right-wing YouTuber Nick Shirley claims...
This was before people got arrested, by the way. Now that people have gotten arrested, they're not talking about it.
YouTuber. Yep. This is what they do. It's all about framing, misrepresentation, dishonesty, lying, everything else like that. This is what they do every single time. And I just want you guys to see this because it just happens over and over and over.
Nearly a dozen daycare centers in Minnesota are taking public funds but not providing a service.
Yes.
He says ABC Learning Center is one of them.
You know what I feel?
Because it just happens over every honest. This is what
I would barely even into this video.
YouTuber.
In a now viral video, right-wing YouTuber Nick Shirley claims...
You hear that? It's not independent journalist Nick Shirley. It's right-wing YouTuber Nick Shirley. I feel like the whole right-wing thing is going to start being a lot like the Nazi and the authoritarian and the fascism. I feel like that right-wing and left-wing thing is going to be put in the same spotlight as that. You understand how nobody even caught that? Like, it's so normal now for people to just, that don't agree with what someone's doing, to try to alienate them and disenfranchise them as much as possible. Oh, because they're right-winged, or oh, they're a YouTuber. He's an independent journalist that did his research, that went out and investigated these places and got millions of views for it. That's who he is. He did your job because you guys are so busy jumping over hurdles that you can't even do your own job anymore.
Right-wing YouTuber.
Mm-hmm.
Dishonest, and
a dozen daycare centers in Minnesota are taking public funds but not providing a service.
Yes.
He says ABC Learning Center is one of them, knocking on the door in mid-December.
I would like to check a child in the daycare.
Hassan says his employee didn't respond because Shirley was in
how is it that you knock on a daycare and you say, I want to check my son into daycare, and they say, why? What the hell? When have you ever walked up to a daycare, number one, the door being locked and there not being a receptionist, and number two, you open the door and you don't hear screaming kids everywhere? Like, usually whenever you go to a daycare, that place is filled with life. My mom used to work at a daycare. I know exactly what it's like. You know why she worked at the daycare? Because she got paid and she was able to put me in there for free. That's why. Like, I know exactly what I practically grew up in a fucking daycare. Like,
about 8 people, and his staff were concerned about recent ICE activity.
Is this daycare committing fraud?
No.
Why would they be concerned about ICE? Do they have?
Why would they just come out and say that? In journalism, have you ever asked somebody a question and them just outright, like, affirm guilt of any kind? Come on. Has that ever worked in the history of, like, media ever? How, like, I've never understood this. Oh, because we're an accredited media source that gets aired on public broadcasting, we're gonna go there and ask them a question. Did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? No. Oh, he didn't do it! Oh! Bro, what the fuck? If it was as simple as asking a question, we wouldn't even need to have juries to convict people. People would just be like, oh yeah, I did it. Come on!
Legal too? Yeah. Like, what's that?
No, we're not committing fraud.
Hassan showed us security.
Yeah, so basically, like, oh, well, we had to stop them because of the other crimes that we might be committing too.
From the same
Modern
day
Warfare
Shirley was
5
here.
Maduro's
According to the timestamps in the videos, this woman takes a young child into the center at around 9 a.m. that day, about 3 hours before Shirley arrives at the door closer to the street. Within the hour after Shirley leaves, a woman arrives at the other door with a stroller. A larger family heads inside a few hours later.
And that's all the footage. That's all the footage. That's all the fucking footage they show for that location, by the way. That's it. Because they know if they show any more of the footage, they're gonna see that nobody shows up to these daycares. Oh, but this family, bro, they're charging the state for 99 kids. You have a group of 2 people. What are you talking about? It's so fucking dishonest. It's so dishonest.
Found at least a dozen children at ABC Learning Center.
At least a dozen? Weren't they authorized for like 100 though? Like, so, like, let's say they have a dozen or even 2 dozen people there. That's still over 50% that they're not even at capacity. So, like, basically, I mean, your best case scenario is that they're being paid for 100 people. It was 40. Okay, so it's 40. So, like, you have 12 and not 40. That's over half that aren't even there. So, if there's only 12 people there, it seems like you probably couldn't fit. I mean, could you fit 40 people inside of there?
No.
I would say definitely not. So, how does that even happen?
Yeah, like, how do you get a license for an installation like this that's in a small off to the side area and it doesn't have an outside play area? Like, the daycare that I went to had an outside area. Like, every daycare that I've ever seen has an outside area that is like a playground that's all fenced off. Hello? Like, but
Not just authorized, claiming? Yeah.
Which is licensed with the state. Records show Minnesota officials last visited the daycare in November, noting some corrected and ongoing violations related to day-to-day operations, but no record of fraud.
What did I do?
What did I do?
I'm just a typical human being who wants to live and do the right thing.
See, this is the kind of, like, slop messaging that just totally...
Remember, boys, remember, while they're using this to get themselves mansions, by the way, this has been used on, people are using this to afford mansions right now in the U.S. that are worth millions of dollars. They are licensing them out as daycares. And guess who comes strolling out of that house whenever you go and knock on the door and ask them who their license, how many kids they have there? Somali immigrants. They're living your American dream while they bend you over the coals and take all your taxes. This is the reason why you'll never be able to afford anything in your life, no matter how hard you work. Because there's always somebody that's willing to abuse the system to get an advantage that you are playing a game that's built for you to lose at. Remember, laws are there to keep people from winning because they figured out an exploit and it had to get patched out. So this is an exploit that needs to get patched the fuck out. It's a problem. Whenever you go and bust your ass for 12 hours a day and you get all your money taken away from you in taxes just for some piece of shit that came from a foreign country to sit here on benefits that don't even really should be going to them. It should be going to American citizens, period, that are taking these benefits, using the American system to take taxpayer dollars pretty much indefinitely. They've taken billions of dollars doing this for the past, like, damn near, what, 10 years now? Since 2011? Is what I've heard. Yet you struggle and you can barely afford rent and groceries every month. Living paycheck to paycheck. And they in a fucking mansion. They live in your American dream.
Corrupts the mind of a Karen. Like, that whenever a Karen hears something like that, she starts feeling bad, and it's, oh no, no. Oh,
and yet you're expected to feel bad for these people. Get the fuck out of here. You realize that the working wage for retirement they're talking about bringing it to the age of 70 or 75? Could you imagine working yourself 12 hours a day until you're 75? 75. And they don't even have to do anything. They just come here and start collecting benefits. They didn't serve they didn't serve this country. They didn't do shit.
God, everybody's human, everything's fine. And it's this emotional weaponization that happens. And that's the reason why things have gotten so bad. It's the Karen kryptonite, exactly, is that they can't go against this because it could make them feel bad. It's all about their feelings, the way that they feel, what they're thinking about like that, and that kind of stuff. That's their main focus and their main goal.
Kids to feel.
Yeah, it's complete emotional manipulation, and Karens just fall for it like it's nothing. It's so easy to control them, it's embarrassing.
Umi Hassan, the daycare's current owner, believes these latest fraud accusations are political. Both she and Hassan are Somali Americans.
Well, they are political. I mean, it's true.
We pay our taxes. We do whatever we can.
It has to be political. You know why? Because the government's the government itself is a political in nature. And when you scam taxpayer dollars from the government, well, guess what? By nature, it's political, you fucking idiot.
Law-abiding citizen.
They do everything you can to be a law-operating citizen.
Why the fuck are boomers still watching this trash, man? How the fuck you sit down as a boomer and watch this garbo? What the hell, man?
Uh-huh, right.
At the same time, when one Somali does something wrong, we all get collective punishment.
With Shirley's video...
Why is it that so many of y'all are doing it? How come it is that every daycare this guy went to was all Somali ran? How? There wasn't a single white person there. There wasn't a single Asian person. There wasn't a single black person. Well, I mean, African American. I really don't like that term. You're an American, bro. Like, if you're born in America, you're a fucking American. I don't. Ugh.
Exactly. How's the timeline match up? Nick showed up at 9. They show up with kids an hour later, but the place doesn't open until 2 p.m. They even fucked that up. Guys, again, you should not even engage, like, to the extent that you try to engage with these people. It's like getting in a fight with a porcupine. Like, if you're, it's a different place. Well, either way, it's just, you do not even engage with the facts that they're putting out there because they're just lying.
No, they're going to pick the one thing. They're going to pick, like, that's what I keep seeing a lot online is, well, he went outside of their operating hours, but he went to locations that had people there, and they got kicked off the site. What daycare, legitimate daycare, have you ever been to where you get kicked off the site for just being there and asking to put your kid in? Since when? Hello?
Whatever they say, whatever their explanation is, it's just bullshit.
Oh, let's just pick this one site where they were closed, and let's go and like ask them questions. And it's like, okay, well, what about the other sites that he went to? What's your excuse for those?
You shouldn't.
And
take
what
it
daycare is open at 2 p.m. anyway?
Even for a second. So really, I mean, debunking this, like, I mean, are we really going to debunk some like fucking brain dead? These are people that can't even figure out how to change a sign. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, they had the sign misspelled. It said leering.
Approaching 2.3 million views on YouTube alone, they say
Yeah.
they are getting non-stop phone calls harassing them.
I was looking for a place.
That's adorable. They looked up the most recent video. He reposted that video at least 5 times on Twitter, and it got over 250 million views. People are now going to these places, like I said they would, and blowing their shit up. They are blowing up the call volumes. Whenever you try to call these places, it goes straight to Tim Walz's like the government office or whatever. And no one picks up. You can call, you go to their site, there's no way to apply. There's fake, there's like 2 or 3 fake reviews. It's obviously a front for a scam. I mean, the people got arrested, so of course.
With many of those calls attached to out-of-state phone numbers.
They normally say, knock, knock, we're gonna come. You're gonna arrest, something like that.
Good.
Hassan says they turned over attendance records to comply with the Department of Homeland Security request. They're now waiting to hear back. CBS News is reviewing records related to the same daycares. All but 2 have active licenses. And Aaron, while the active places have violations related to safety or staff training, there's no recorded evidence.
So they have active violations, but there's no evidence of something else that's bad? Well, there we go, guys. There it is. And
Here we go. This is the one that I keep bringing up. This is a house that somebody they're able to afford it because they got into it and they're using it as a daycare. Look at this house. Look at this fucking house. This house has to be worth millions. And they're able to afford it because they're licensing it out as a daycare in Minnesota. Look at this fucking house. Look at this neighborhood.
I was trying to find the local daycares. And you guys know about what's going on.
Look at this house. This house is insane.
I was trying to find the local daycares. And you guys know about what's going on. This is a licensed property. If you have a complaint, go to the state.
Look, it's Somalians. Look at what they're doing.
I was trying to find out if you guys are.
You think I'm fucking lying? Look at what they're doing. They licensed this place as a goddamn daycare, and the only reason why that guy showed up is because he looked on the site for daycares in his general area, and he saw this as a daycare. They're getting paid millions of taxpayer dollars just to sit in a house. Just imagine if you're working 9 to 5 every fucking day, 7 days a week, and you can never afford a house like this. They come from a foreign country, move right on in, use the government financial system to fuck everyone else in the ass. This is the reason why housing is so expensive. Look at this fucking house. This house is massive. This has to be like a 7-bedroom house.
Yeah, you don't have to. If you want to know any questions,
bro.
No, there's nobody online to ask, so I'm just trying to ask you guys.
No, you don't have to ask us anything.
I don't have to?
Do you have any questions?
I do. I have a question. I was just asking you guys.
Living in mansions in these beautiful houses being completely funded by the federal government while average Americans work paycheck to paycheck in order to fund this lifestyle. And the reason why they're doing that, let me explain the reason why all of this happens. It's because those Americans are too cucked in order to just very simply vote against this. And these people are so aligned that if you don't give them free houses and free money, they just won't vote for you. You have to do the same thing. You do. You have to do the same thing. And if you don't do that, then they're just going to beat you. Because if they're playing the game and you're not playing the game, then you lose by default. And that's what's happening.
Okay, you guys are listed on the website and a bunch of websites so, for daycares, so.
Yeah.
That's what it is, then you don't need to go door to door.
Yeah, no, you can, yeah, you can go door to door.
So if you have any questions, go call the child care check and they'll give you whatever information that you need.
Okay, so you guys aren't a daycare then? Not a public daycare, right? Okay, I didn't think so. Oh, I can, yeah.
Look at that beautiful door. This is a really nice house.
That's an amazing house. Most people that have been born in this country will never in their lifetimes even set foot in a house like that. They will work themselves to the bone and never in their life see or set foot in a house like that, period. Ever. You know how sickening that is as an American? It's disgusting. To think these immigrants that came from a foreign country and they're able to use our own system against us to take our money.
This is an incredibly nice house.
So these ones were really hostile. I just knocked on the door just to see if it was a local daycare.
Look, it even has security systems. Look, it has security cameras.
It on the websites. She said contact the state. It's interesting.
Yep. And is that better than my parents' house? Yeah, look how big this house is. This house is gigantic. Look at it. Look at this neighborhood.
The neighborhood, yeah, like the neighborhood is so like it's a wealthy neighborhood. Look at this fucking house, dude. This house just keeps going. Look at it. It's fucking huge. It just keeps going.
These like big SUVs. Look how big this house is. Like this house, if it was in Austin, this would be like a multi-million-dollar house. I mean, yeah, obviously we have high property value here and everything.
It doesn't matter. That's still a multi-million-dollar house.
It's a gigantic, massive house. It's unacceptable. These people are living in luxury.
They're living the American dream. You pay your taxes so these people can live the American dreams. You struggle from paycheck to paycheck, and you're expected to be okay with these people living your American dream.
That's it. They are making Americans jealous. That's right. And yeah, the Heritage American Revolt is going to be amazing. Well, I mean, it's going to be something. I'll certainly say that. And stop. I'm getting mad and violent, to be honest. Well, that's why I'm showing people. I want people to realize and to see how bad this really is. And I think that really that's the reason why, like, make no mistake.
And it's not even just Minnesota dollars that are paying for that. It's everyone. They're pulling that funding from the federal United States government. That's what's funding that.
Want to radicalize
our money, not just Minnesota's money, our money.
With covering this is that I want people to become radical because this is a radical problem. That's why I'm explaining this.
And they're trying to tell you that you're racist for bringing this up, that it's not happening, and yet there are people being arrested as we speak, indicted and put in jail, charged. 70 cases they've been charged and put in jail. But remember, guys, it's all just a figment of your imagination, right? It's just not happening. Never happening.
That's the reason why I'm explaining it in the way that I am. My goal is to make people as radicalized and angry and furious about this as possible, so they will be willing to take whatever steps necessary in order to
the size of that fucking door. To give you an idea of how big this house is, look at the door compared to her. She's taller than I am. I'm 5'6". Look at the door. It fucking dwarfs her. Look at how big this is. A mansion, bro. This isn't even a fucking house. This is a mansion. It's a beautiful mansion. Or house. I don't even know anymore.
This is possible, so they will be willing to take whatever steps necessary in order to stop this from happening.
You could probably fit a car through that doorway. Look at how wide the doorway is.
That's my goal. I will state it straight out 100%. That's exactly what I am trying to do. And informing is good. Yes, informing. And yes, all I'm doing here is I'm just showing people videos. I'm showing people videos and I'm saying, hey guys, oh, well, something that you said sounds bad. I don't care about that.
Double the growth of other programs. Wow. But here's the kicker. The rate of
Not another one. Oh, God. Here we go.
Like your typical single-family home, but it bills itself as an assisted living facility, and it receives a lot of taxpayer money.
So it's supposed to be an assisted living facility. how is anyone supposed to live there? That place is not big enough to be an assisted living facility. How do we have people in our government that are going to these places and allowing this? Because you have to do like an actual, like they usually send somebody out that will look over these places to do an investigation to make sure before they even give you the license. How are they just handing these licenses? It's just like the truckers in fucking LA, dude. They just handing this shit out.
Here in Minnesota, the number of people getting help in assisted living facilities is up, double the growth of other programs. Wow. But here's the kicker. The rate of payment in this assisted living space is 10 to 15 times the growth in other programs.
Hi. Wow.
So we pulled the data on assisted living facilities in the Minneapolis area. Minneapolis, as you might expect, has a lot. 160.
There's a lot of these videos coming out now? Yeah, because it's everywhere. It's all across the country.
69. St. Paul.
This is still only the tip of the iceberg. This is the reason, this is one of the big reasons why we're poor.
Yeah, no, this is the reason why our entire debt had doubled in the past 5 years. That's why it doubled. Like, let's be honest here. Whenever you bring these people over and you just give them benefits for no fucking reason, you give them houses and then you allow them to scam us like this, of course everyone's going to be poor because all the money that we were getting that was bringing life into our culture, it's all being hemorrhaged to this. It's all going overseas.
This is the reason why we have no middle class. It's because all of your money is being redistributed to people like this.
With a population of 307,000, has 83. But Brooklyn Center, 30,000 population, has 106. And Brooklyn Park, population of 84,000, has 181, more than Minneapolis, a city 5 times its size. But this assisted living facility puts this all in perspective. It's owned by a man indicted for laundering $1 million in the feeding.
So it's owned by a guy that's been indicted. So that means he's already been, they've already decided that he's broken the law. So he's got $1 million. Wait, what?
Our future scam. He's Gandhi Mohammed, now Gandhi Abdi Kadai, and his LLC owns the homes. His wife runs the assisted living facilities, and the state is continuing to pay as he awaits his trial.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
Wow. Wow. Yep. Fucking why?
And
exactly.
This is the reason why we ain't got no damn houses either. This is the reason why the housing market exploded right here. That's why there's no damn houses.
This is how bad it really is.
So you got these people occupying your houses, taking all your taxpayer money, and then you got these big government people, or not government people, but you got these billionaires buying up all the houses so they can make you pay rent to give them more money. Like, it's no wonder why no one can afford anything. We're cooked, bro.
And by the way, anybody who's lived around illegal aliens or like low-income communities like this knows that this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is happening all across the country at a mass scale that I don't think that an average person can even really comprehend. We are literally spending $1 trillion, if not trillions of dollars, funding these degenerate, wasteful lifestyles of these people.
We went to each of them.
We're curious because the man who owns this building was indicted in the Feeding Our Future scandal. Did you know that?
No.
Don't know that?
Yeah.
You think what?
Do you know the Feeding Our Future scandal? The scam that was, there's all these...
And do you remember how, Destiny was using the Feeding Our Future scandal as an evidence for the Biden administration doing a good job at actually stopping the fraud? But then here's a person who got indicted for it, who's still scamming, and he's living in a house that's being paid for by the government.
At least his wife is. He was. You know what's sad is that he's moving from one government paid house to another. It's sad, isn't it?
There's a lot of people that they spend so much time reading and researching things and trying to like look at data that they convince themselves that what they can't see in plain sight, or sorry, what they're seeing in plain sight isn't real. It's very obvious what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely obvious what's happening. This is why
collecting checks from the state, running these assisted living centers with his wife.
Elite scammers?
I honestly have no
Absolutely.
idea.
They are elite scammers. Is there anything else in this? What is this?
In security? Were involved.
Mostly Somalis, and more than 60 people have been convicted. Now you
Boom,
have
look at that.
this viral video getting actions. Well, the fraudsters got away with it all and provided the receipts and collected boatloads of cash from us, the taxpayers. More than 90 people have been charged in the schemes.
It's like, I would ask a person like this, like, do you really think that it was 90 people that were involved?
No.
Mostly
Way more than that. Way more than that.
And more
I
than
would say like quadruple.
60 people have been convicted. Now you have this viral video getting traction online. It's from
Here we go.
influencer Nick Shirley, and he visited several daycares, Somali-owned daycares in the Twin Cities, and basically accused them of doing the same thing.
No, he didn't.
Running these sham operations where kids didn't show up,
Yeah.
but still billed the federal government and collected millions of dollars in Medicaid funds. We visited those sites too, as did state inspectors many times over the last 6 months.
And they're all
we
And you
found
know
the
what's crazy? Is they had so many violations that they got closed. You know why? Because they're fucking fraudulent. And you know what happens? Is they reopen under a new name with the same owner. How daft can you be?
facts on the ground tell a different story.
Never listen to these people. They're just lying to you. Yep, they're just lying. Any mainstream media that's coming out and talking about this is just lying. Yeah, they're in on it. They're complicit. You have to understand that they want this to be okay because the goals that they have align with making sure that the country is continually overrun by third worlders.
And if you're wondering why, it's because they help get votes. That's why. There is a new system in Minnesota that allows you to vouch for up to 5 people as you vote. You can vouch for up to 5 people without ever needing an ID of them, without ever needing a location of where they live. And they're just going based on some rink-a-dink honor system that says, well, if someone vouched for you, then you can't vote. What fucking century do you live in? Hello? This is in Minnesota, by the way. Oh, but there's not enough migrants to turn the tide of the vote. Well, when you've got one person vouching for 5 people, I'd imagine it does. All right, we gotta watch this and probably roll. I can't hear this. I think this one has a lot of firefighters in it, dude. Check out Midwest Safety, Midwest Safety. Hell yeah, Midwest Safety.
Officers and firefighters in Rock County, Wisconsin, respond to a catastrophic multi-vehicle crash on the highway, resulting in a car being split completely in half by a snow.
God damn! Bro! That thing looks like a crumpled up paper ball.
Plow as a multi-casualty incident.
Bro, like, how fast were you going with that snowplow, bro? You realize how fast you have to be going to make metal pliable? Like that? Like, holy crap.
Need to find out what exactly happened.
He had to have been going, like, over 60. There's no way that snowplow wasn't like, either that or the car.
Hope that everyone survived.
What's up? I don't have much of a story, other than he knows most of it.
Okay. Is your car's up there?
We're right there.
Okay. Are you able to sit in your car, stay warm?
Yeah.
Okay. Just have a seat in your car and I'll come talk to you in a minute, okay?
Well, let's get him out.
Fire and rescue are trying to get the man stuck underneath the vehicle out as quickly as possible. The crazy story of how the vehicle was split in half will soon be revealed by witnesses.
Jeez.
I don't have.
Where's, okay, so the other car is where? Over there?
There, and then obviously plow truck up there. So it sounds like, from what I gathered, this car, I believe, was headed northbound, plow was headed southbound, or vice versa, and cut out in front of the one car, got hit by that car, and then right in front of the plow, obviously severed in half.
Gotcha, okay.
Oh, so it was like T-boned between the... Okay, so I guess somehow that car ended up sideways between the snowplow and another car going in opposite directions.
Okay. Once I get more deputies out here, I'll start.
So there's a person under that car. Not in it, under it.
Figuring out what the up.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't, obviously my concern is sales.
Yeah, I got you, man. I'm gonna have these people take a seat in their car. If there is there airbags ejected or anything?
Airbag deployment, yes.
Okay, sounds good. Okay.
Okay, so not a lot of people know this, but if you have airbag deployment in a vehicle, they automatically total it. If a vehicle deploys its airbags, they automatically total that car. That's why whenever you get a Carfax, you always want to check for airbag deployment, because that means that it was in a totaled accident. It means that the accident was so bad that it made the airbags deploy, and they just instantly totaled it. And that's usually a pretty big red flag on any vehicle that you get. At least it should be.
Hi there. I'm Deputy Lights from the Sheriff's Office. You guys are in that vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Just kind of based on everything's going on right now, would you guys like to just have a seat in my squad car so you can stay warm?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll walk you back towards mine here. So did you guys saw what happened and all that stuff originally, or?
We didn't see anything until we hit it.
Okay.
I talked to the guy from the vehicle that pulled over.
Yep.
And he said that I think he was following that car, and they hit some ice, they slid, and then the plow hit them, spun it into the middle, and then we hit them coming across.
Okay.
While this explanation describes most of how the crash occurred, it doesn't explain how the man trapped underneath the vehicle got there. Through further...
You know what I realize? This is Midwest safety. This isn't an incident scene. This isn't like, the aftermath of this accident. That means that somebody got charged. Somebody did something here that got them arrested.
Investigation, officers will soon find out.
So just because there's like a bump in the back, I'll have one of you go on one side, one of you go on the other side, okay? Yep, absolutely. And then let me know if it's warm enough in there. I can turn it up, crank the heat or something. It's not looking good, homie.
No?
The car's up there. Fire's trying to get him out. He's pinned under the front wheel of the car.
Was he a passenger?
That's what I was trying to figure out. How the hell did this man end up under the front wheel of the car? Even if the car is split in half like that, you're not going to just have somebody up under the car like that. The front windshield wasn't smashed. He didn't go through the windshield. How did he end up underneath that car?
Or driver?
I'm thinking he's driver. The whole car's ripped in half. So
he's underneath. So hold on. So he's underneath the passenger side wheel well. How the hell does that happen?
Folks from this car over here are in the back seat of my car.
Okay.
Another car, I told that gentleman to have a seat in his car. I guess he saw it.
Oh. Okay.
And then the plow truck's in front of him. So once we get this guy out and all that shit, then we can tag team it or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Is your car unlocked?
Yeah.
We're just going to check on the two.
Yeah, they're in the back seat of the Charger. It should be unlocked.
That's crazy, dude. Look at the end of that car. That's the license plate. Jesus, man, look at it. It tore the metal up like a monster or something. Christ.
We got nobody else laying on this field, right?
Holy Jesus, man. What is that? Is that from the car?
Firefighters are able to get the man stuck underneath the car out and need to get him to a hospital immediately.
Which hospital you guys going
Yo, W firefighters.
UW? Okay.
He was northbound, both other vehicles were southbound.
Okay. I'm gonna do a walkthrough.
You would be surprised getting somebody removed, because I've done it before. Getting somebody removed from a wreckage like that is an extremely delicate situation. You have to be very slow and very methodical with every movement, because if you move something in the wrong way, you could end somebody's life. Like,
other field, just make sure no other buddies laying out there. But let's just spread out like 25 feet apart and to go that way. All right, so let's take it north, because that's the other half of that car.
Are they trying to see if there's anybody else?
I think those pieces are old, but there's pieces of the car out there. I was gonna say, remember to look up. always surprise you. You want him taking crash report? We'll just start getting statements.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. I'm sorry it took so long. You just kind of
It's all right.
a little bit of a cluster going on here. You guys.
The car that crashed.
Okay.
Was going eastbound.
The black one.
Yep. And they started to fishtail, and they came around, caught the front of the plow truck.
With the front end or the back end?
With the back end.
Okay.
And then it flung the back end of the car over there, and they came to rest right about where the fire truck is.
Okay.
Facing that way with the...
Facing back northbound?
They were shooken up, but they were both fine.
Okay.
And then the car that's in the ditch way over there
yep.
was going eastbound as well.
Okay.
Couldn't see them or anything because they didn't have any lights on.
Gotcha.
At the front of them, that's when the driver came out.
Okay.
And I was able to throw the car in reverse as that car was flying back at us because we were right behind. We've been behind.
That's conflicting with the story that they gave. Huh.
The plow since Janesville doing 31 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And that,
the safest place normally is right by the plow.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I said. As soon as we passed him in Janesville, it's like, well, we'll just stay behind him. Hopefully he goes all the way to Oregon.
For sure.
We're going. They just fishtailed right in front of the plow. They were fine until they got hit again and he came out.
Gotcha. Okay. So what it sounds like happened is that black car was coming southbound around the corner, started to fishtail. The ass end clipped the front of the plow truck, spinning it around, and the back half like flew off.
Right.
It was in the middle of the road facing northbound. This car was still coming southbound. It didn't have any lights on it or anything like that, so they fucking clipped it. Did you...
Bro, that still sounds... I feel like the people in the car are telling more of the truth, but I feel like something else had to have happened there. There's no way, dude.
Happened, or did you get the whole story?
I got the story from him.
Okay.
Dude was coming southbound.
Yep.
Lost it. He said it looked like his rear end came out.
Yep.
Caught the wing of the plow, and that's what ripped the vehicle apart.
Yep.
And then BMW came along, didn't see it, and just hit him. He was dead in the road.
Yeah.
And then it knocked him.
That's what I got out of...
So they were fine, but then the other vehicle hit them, and that's how he ended up under the passenger side of the wheel. That sucks. Bro, that sucks so bad. That sucks so bad. To even be able to get out and walk around after a crash like that, just for that, dude, that sucks so bad.
Out of the Honda too, but it sounds like the driver of the Ford was out of the vehicle when the vehicle got hit again. So that kind of explained him being probably under the tire.
Okay. So, yeah, it's not ejected, but it's probably all going, holy crap, I just got in a crash.
Yeah.
Now that officers have the details of what happened, they need to do field sobriety testing to confirm no one was
No fucking shot. No shot. They were drinking. There's no way, right? There's no way these idiots were drinking.
under the influence. However, when the officer returns to his vehicle to get the male and female from
Are they
earlier,
gone?
he's met with a surprise.
Okay. Do you have anybody sitting in your car?
No. Need somebody?
So the two people in the BMW were sitting in my squad. Now I don't know where the they're at. These people that were in my car are in this ambulance?
12 drivers in this one.
You guys have the folks from the BMW?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
We were just finishing up with them.
So you guys were headed home, I'm assuming? Yeah, okay. Where are you guys coming from tonight?
Buskin Lounge on Monona Drive.
Is that like a bar or something like that? Okay. Did you have any drinks or?
Oh my god, dude. No way. Bro, we gotta put these people in jail. Just put them in fucking jail forever. I cannot. Bro, dude, that is like a once-in-a-lifetime crash that dude lived. He was able to get out and walk around and just got fucked by these idiots, man. No way.
She was drinking pretty good. I had a couple drinks and then I had 2 or 3 Diet Cokes at the end of the night. So.
Okay. What do you typically drink, or what did you drink tonight?
I had half a PBR, or like a third of a PBR.
Okay.
And then
Oh, they're just laughing and having a grand old time while this dude is being picked out of the fucking wheel well of a car. Oh my God, dude. If I was a family member, oh my, dude, I'm not even a family member, and I'm starting to see red.
like 1.5, like 5% alcohol beers.
Okay. Do you feel like you're under the influence or anything at this time or anything like that? Okay. Just kind of based on what's going on tonight, I'm going to ask that you do stand on field sobriety testing. And
They're obviously drunk, dude, because he didn't even have his lights on. Wasn't even like.
as long as you're good to go home tonight. Okay. So if you guys are good, I'll have you step out, and then we'll go through that process real quick, and then we'll get you on your way. Okay.
I'm gonna try to get this with you as fast as possible here. The rain's coming this way. I'll have you face this way.
Face this way, okay.
Yeah, so the rain's not hitting you in the face, okay?
Yep.
Do you have any kind of like knives on you or anything like that?
Nope.
All right. So first part is an eye exam. Just look at the tip of my finger, okay? Mm-hmm. And following with your eyes only.
Yep.
Remember keeping your head.
Oh, he's buzzed. There's no way. He's cooked. He's buzzed.
Still.
He's buzzed. There's no way, dude.
All
You
right,
can
so
see
you
his
relax
head
for a second.
moving.
Okay, so this next one's just a walking test, okay? Do you have anything going on with your ankles, knees, hips, injuries from the crash, or anything that would prohibit you from taking 9 steps heel to toe in a straight line?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You're going to take 9 heel to toe steps in a straight line, and then 9 heel to toe steps on the way back, counting your steps out loud.
So 9 forward, 9 back.
Yep. All right, you may begin when you're ready.
And I count them on as I go?
Yep, count them, looking at the tips of your toes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the left again?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh.
6, 7, 8, 9.
So the next one's going to be a balance test. Okay, so that's going to be raising 1 foot of your choosing for a duration of time. You're going to count 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until you're told to stop. When Sergeant Shower tells you to begin, you may begin the test.
Go ahead and begin. Okay. 1, 2.
Nope. That's not what he said. That's not what he said.
4, 5, 28, 29, 30.
Okay. So the next portion I'm going to ask is a preliminary breath test. Yeah. Would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now this is going to be like blowing a balloon. What I want you to do is take a deep breath in, and it's a strong, steady blow. Okay. You can go ahead.
Hold it.
Sure.
I mean, he's gonna blow an alcohol level.
All right. Deep breath in and go. Blow harder, harder, harder. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, you're good. It clicked. Perfect. All right. So you know the legal drink limit in the state of Wisconsin?
0.08.
Correct. Do you believe you're above or below that?
I believe I'm below.
Okay. I believe you're below also.
I can't see it.
0.012. Okay. So obviously, like you said, you had a couple drinks about a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
You're not going to be placed in custody for OWI or anything like that tonight. I just had to verify based on the crash for all of our information. Okay. So as long as, do you have any questions for us or anything like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
For better understanding of what happened, this car took a right turn onto the highway and began fishtailing due to icy road conditions. Then the plow that was passing hit the car, splitting it in half.
And then he got out, right?
Flying into the field, while the front half came to a stop in the road with the driver still inside unharmed. The driver then exited what was left of his vehicle, and at this point, due to low visibility, another vehicle containing the male who was field sobriety tested ran directly into it, throwing
so
the front...
he got completely run over by the car. I thought maybe he was like on this side, and then another car tried to go around or something. Nah, dude, he got completely crushed by it. Jesus.
half as well as the driver into the field, trapping the driver underneath it. We were able to independently confirm that all involved parties survived, while it was confirmed that no one was under the influence while driving. Under Wisconsin law, drunk driving is a non-criminal offense for the first 3 times caught. The state has among the highest rates of drunk driving fatalities in the Midwest.
I wonder why. I wonder why.
Other conditions or deciding to get an Uber, it's extremely important to drive
Isn't
responsibly.
it like in every other state, if you blow anything, it's instantly you're under the influence? Like, what the fuck?
What's more dangerous on a highway, speed or the moment you think the danger is already over? This isn't about blame, it's about how fast the margin disappears because ice steals traction, visibility steals time, and metal doesn't care who did everything right. One bad angle, one unseen movement, and the road resets the rules. Defensive driving isn't just about being cautious, it's actually survival math. It's knowing that getting out of your car can be more dangerous than staying inside because crashes don't end when the impact stops. Sometimes the deadliest moment comes after you think you survived. Remember, the road doesn't care if the crash is over because traffic is still coming.
Yo, W Midwest Safety. That's all I gotta say. All right, boys. I'm gonna roll up out of here. We are back to a normal schedule. No more days off, probably until next holiday season. So yeah, we will be here Monday through Friday, boys. Stay safe out there. Don't do anything too crazy. Hold on. Let me see. Why the fuck does it do that? Don't do anything too crazy. It just does not want to do it, huh? It's kind of crazy that it doesn't. I don't know what's going on. Ever since I changed out the TV, the music just doesn't wanna do what it's told. I don't know why. It's so weird. Huh. I don't even know if I can do anything about that. You know what I can do? Hold on. Yeah, we gonna roll up out of here. Just give me a second. There we go. I'll do that. Really? Oh, bro, I can't with all this. This is too much. Never mind. I guess we're not going to do an outro anymore, unfortunately. Whatever. There's always some bullshit with this stupid ass app, dude. There's always something. I'm rolling, boys. I'll be back on tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. I'm out.